fact, now that I think about it, the sun, we're told, is a big gaseous ball burning in space in a vacuum. By the way, since we're on the subject of vacuums,
I miss JM Truth.
fire, the element by which the sun exerts its energy,
Element.
and I don't care if it's nuclear fission or what, it's still fire, needs what element, folks, in order to continue to burn? Oxygen.
All those saying that pineapple on pizza is right. I thought I liked you guys.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE, and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Hulk did to that Leviathan in the first Avengers movie.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
Gotta love the Hulk. So who'd win, Hulk or Superman? Question for the ages. Hello guys, welcome. So there's no real plan today because basically finding Flerfs that are willing to bait is really hard these days because, you know, they've realised that MC Toon and myself have debated the flat earth into the ground and we no longer scrape the bottom of the barrel. We dig through the barrel and create a borehole that goes down to the centre of the earth and still we struggle to find Flerfs. So I'm going to go into the MMM Discord and just argue with them. Because why not? There is some Flerfs there. There was a Flerf called Brian Mabbott who said that he would only debate me if I donated $10,000 to a charity or something because I'm obviously backed by the government, he says. I did get NASA to agree for those funds, and Neil deGrasse Tyson gave me a pinky swear that the funds would be transferred, so he's got no reason not to debate me. Also, your angle is in there. And there's also some dumbass who wants to argue with me about climate change and doesn't understand my point. Stiggy coming in already with the Gatling gun for the memberships and fires 50 all at my face. Thank you very much, my friend. You do, I mean... The support is insane, Siggy. I love you. Wolf85706 became a new member. Welcome to Scrappers. That's 51 members already. And then we've got Warboss for $2 Canadian. Says, pineapple on pizza is the zogging best. What the fuck do orcs know about pizza? Siggy Sigwell, 200 ARSs, says, let's get the ball rolling on this one. Cheers, buddy. Stringer's one for $2 says, MMM is my least favourite candy. I'm not allowed candy. Sugar's bad. Sugar makes me gain weight. Halloween's a really hard time for me, guys. Anyway. We're going to do it for fun. We're going to go over to MMM. MMM. Words are hard. And, you know, argue with them about whatever they want to argue about. Because I need something to do with my time, really. Here we go.
Everything will fly forward except for the helium balloon. It'll move
Let's just
backwards
listen, see what's going on.
because of buoyancy.
Yeah, it'll go up.
No, if it's on a string, it'll go backwards.
Okay, I just
Or behind you runs into you, and you get whipped back and get whiplash.
I don't know why
That's
this
still
went
conservation
whatever.
momentum.
Great. Oh, right on.
Is that FTFE's? Is that FTFE's ugly mug?
It is. I'm just wondering what's going on here. We're talking about helium balloons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have another.
About
We have
conservation
another.
of momentum.
We have another flat earther who thinks that the focal pendulum doesn't work.
I've told you this.
Sorry, the
over
flat
and
earther
over.
thinks the Foucault pendulum what?
Doesn't work. It doesn't measure the Earth's rotation.
I mean, I measured the Earth's rotation with it, so I don't know what they're talking about.
You
Who's
did?
the Flerfs?
Lies. Those are lies.
I mean, you can say they're lies, and I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
Yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going? What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Hey,
Hello,
I got a good
M&M.
question for you, brother. I got a good question for you.
Hey, what's going
How
on?
how is it that you can tell that the Earth is moving before you're moving?
Wait,
it,
is this your
assuming
angle?
it's- Hold on a second. I'm talking.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hello,
Hold
your
on
angle.
a second, yeah.
Finally, you've managed to turn up.
Yeah, no,
Fantastic.
it's cool. Yeah, that's why I said hi. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, no, that's cool, man. But nice to meet you.
Hello. So sorry. Yeah. What was your question?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just curious. So about how is it that the way I see it is everyone's assuming that the Earth is spinning and telling you that you can't see it, so therefore you're assuming pendulum swing, whatever pretty words they want to use, hence rotating Earth.
Well, we've seen it spinning from space, so there's no, real argument about that. We know it's spinning, and more than that, if it is spinning, then we can do science and make predictions. We can make, the way science works. I know as a flat earther, science isn't really your bag, but the way it works in science is you have a hypothesis and you test that. You test that hypothesis. I mean, you say that, but okay. So you have a hypothesis, and then you test that hypothesis. And in science,
and I was hoping you wouldn't be that guy. All
right, okay. If you're not, you say you're not a flat earther, then you're not a flat earther. Whatever. A lot of flat earthers say that, but whatever.
I was just hoping you weren't.
Okay, all right. Let's just move on. I'm trying to give the explanation. Okay, so in science, you have a hypothesis, right? The hypothesis is a guess.
Educated. Just a question. Answer the question. It'll work. Thank you.
Yeah. I did answer the question by saying we've seen it from space.
Right. Thank you.
And now I'm explaining the Foucault's pendulum.
Okay. Well,
right?
Anyhow.
So we've seen it spinning from space. That's been recorded, right? That's something that's been done.
Direct anything about it.
Sorry, every time I talk, you then start speaking.
All right, go ahead.
So DirecTV broadcasts the Earth rotating 24 hours live for many years. Himawari 8 sees the Earth rotating 24 hours a day. There's an image taken every 10 minutes from it. There is the Discover satellite that can see the Earth rotating. It's been recorded from space. We know the Earth is rotating. All observations suggest that the Earth is rotating, and that leads us to a hypothesis, a guess. All right, so that's where the Foucault's pendulum comes in. A hypothesis is just a guess, an educated guess, and then you use your hypothesis to form a prediction and test that prediction. The prediction is that if the Earth is rotating, which is our hypothesis, then there will be different forces applied to a swinging pendulum depending on the latitude and the Coriolis. And that is what we test. And when we test that prediction, it turns out it's exactly 100% correct. And that we can use the swing of a pendulum and the drift induces to calculate your latitude on Earth, matching the predictions from the hypothesis, which came from the observations of seeing the Earth rotate in space.
How fast is the Earth observed from out in space?
0.000694 RPM.
Really?
Yes, that's how fast the entire planet rotates.
Really? And you can pick that up on a Foucault pendulum?
Well, what you pick up on the Foucault pendulum is the Coriolis forces induced onto a moving object at certain latitudes. If the Earth is rotating, that means at different latitudes, there will be different forces applied to a swinging object that is attached to the Earth via a pivot point. There will be, at the poles, a force produced that will create a drift, which will be 360 degrees in 24 hours. At the equator, there would be zero drift. This is the predictions, and that's what we expect to happen. That's what we test, and it matches the predictions.
Right. I guess you're not going to work. I just heard all that. Hey, all right. I mean, if that's what you want to throw forward, fine, whatever, man. But when I look it up on the internet, I don't get nothing, and I actually when you ask Google or whatever, whatever the new AI, whatever you want to call it, right? You want to know what it tells me? It tells me to an airplane will match the speed of landing or of landing. That's what it tells me. The proof of the Earth spinning.
Okay, I'm not Google or an AI. Many people may think I'm an AI, but I'm definitely not. The reason why that happens is the conservation of momentum is a thing.
I know. I was telling you that I just find it funny that a plane can pick that up, but I can't.
Are you a plane? Do you have measuring instruments embedded in your body that are able to pick up the tiny Coriolis forces? Because let's be clear on something. The Earth is rotating very, very, very slowly. So slowly that the Coriolis forces induced are extremely small.
Oh, it tells me it says 1,000 miles an hour online.
No, nothing says the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour because, and let's be clear about this, it's impossible to rotate in miles per hour. Miles per hour describes a linear velocity. You cannot rotate in miles per hour.
Are you a scientist?
Yes, very much so. Well,
you are.
Not really. I'm a physicist. I've got a degree in physics and I've got a degree in nuclear engineering. I've done a lot of science in my life.
Hey, I believe you. I believe you. Okay, I'm not doubting that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I just find
in physics, right? And this is a very important thing in physics that there is no such thing as rotation in miles per hour. That doesn't exist.
Dude. I heard you.
But let me just finish the explanation, right? So we can be clear. Miles per hour means a linear velocity, a straight line. The Earth does not rotate in a straight line. It is a revolution. And just like your car engine would measure revolutions in RPM, so we do measure the Earth in a similar way, or radians per minute or something similar.
Okay. Thank you. So, you should go ahead and Google that and get together with the scientists that are on there and figure out why they said 1,000 miles per hour then.
Well, they don't. What you will find is if you Google it and then actually... No. Again, if you actually Google it and then click the links and read them, it explains how the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour. The Earth doesn't rotate at 1,000 miles an hour. Nobody says that, and Google also is just a search engine. It doesn't give you answers. It just gives you phrases from a page based on your search. When you actually go to those pages and read the things on them, not one of them will say the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. They will explain that the equator is moving at 1,000 miles an hour due to the Earth's rotation.
You're kind of rude, but whatever.
How am I being rude? I'm just explaining.
You assumed that I didn't read it. And first of all, you said if I actually read it.
Well, if you'd read it, you'd know that. Right, well, let me ask you this, right? If you are claiming that it says the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour, right? Which part of the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour?
Anyways, really, not making this very fun. It's just really silly. Whatever.
Well, hey, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, bud. So if you're saying the Earth if you're saying the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour, which part of the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour?
I'm not saying that at all.
Well, okay, right. Let's clarify. If you're saying that scientists...
you keep talking, I'm good, bro. It was nice meeting you, man. I'm going to go ahead and take off.
Hey, hold on. We're having a conversation. It's a back and forth. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
The problem is we're not having a conversation.
Yeah, because you talk every time I start talking.
Yeah, that's what it is, dude. I've been sitting here waiting
patiently. You start talk. Right, okay. So let's start again. Let's just be clear about something. Right, hold on. Don't run away. Let's be clear. I'm trying to talk with you. Please don't run away. All right? Let's be clear.
No.
Right, Yoango, hold on, and let me just explain something, right? Not one of the scientists in those articles say that the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour.
Because I didn't say it. I don't care, I told you that.
Again, you overspoke me when I was talking.
No, you're disregarding what I say.
All right, I'm trying to just get an explanation out. Would you just give me a minute, please?
Here.
Okay?
I didn't say it.
Right, Yoango, just give me a minute, okay? You said that the scientists... Right, Yoango, please, will you just give me 1 minute, please?
Yeah, 1 minute, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, right, please, okay? You said that the scientists say that it rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. That's what you said to me just now, okay? But if you read those articles, you will see that they don't say that. the scientists say that the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour because an entire object can't rotate at 1,000 miles an hour. Yes, the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour linear velocity, but if we were to describe the rotation as 1,000 miles an hour, it doesn't work because only the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour. The poles are moving at 0 miles an hour. They don't have a linear velocity. So that 1,000 miles an hour literally describes just one band around the Earth, which we call the equator. That is the only part that is moving at 1,000 miles an hour. It is impossible for an entire object to rotate in miles per hour. So when we describe the Earth's rotation, we describe it in units that make sense. In this case, I described it using revolutions per minute. The Earth rotates at 0.000694 RPM. And that's the entire Earth. Not just the equator, not just one little bit. That's the entire Earth. So when we are talking about the rotation of the Earth, to use miles per hour just does not make sense. And that's why no scientist would describe the Earth's rotation at 1,000 miles an hour, because it only describes one point on the Earth, and that is the equator. Now, does that help clarify things for you?
You don't need to clarify for me. I told you that already, dude. Okay?
Well, it seems like you did need it clarified.
Or once again, you're assuming that I needed that.
Well, you said that you rotate in miles per hour, and that's not a thing, so you did need it clarified.
The thing that I said, that's the 5th time I've said that now, okay? You obviously don't seem to understand or hear what I'm saying.
Okay, what's your claim? Please make your claim then. Make it clear so that I'm not strawmanning you. Well, explain your point then so that I understand and that I'm not strawmanning you.
I said,
please do it again.
Probably get together with the scientists and figure out why they're saying that.
But they're not.
Because you're not going to tell me that I didn't read it and that they didn't say it when it's online.
Right, there is not one scientist that says the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour, because that does not describe the rotation of the Earth.
Nothing to talk about then.
One question. Yeah, can you link that?
All you have to do is look it up. Just look it up, man. Simple.
Yeah, I've looked it up. I've done all the research. I've measured the Earth myself. Nobody says the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. Because that doesn't describe rotation. You understand that, right?
I've already heard you.
So you do understand that miles per hour doesn't describe rotation, yeah?
God. Dude, this is unbelievable. You understand?
I'm just asking a yes or no question, your angle. Do you understand that miles per hour doesn't describe rotation? Yes or no?
You know what? Absolutely ridiculous.
Y'all Angle's point here, though, I did what he asked. He asked to look it up, right? And so I just did a quick Google of how fast does the Earth spin, and straight up, the first thing that pops up is about 1,000 miles per hour.
Yeah. So
I think
when you click on
that,
that,
I think that he's going off of. Is it the Earth sky thing that you're looking at, or are you just going off?
So here's the thing, right? If you actually click on that article rather than just reading the thing that it says, right? When you read that article, it explains that the Earth. It doesn't say that the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. Nowhere in the article does it say that. It says that the equator moves at about 1,000 miles an hour. It doesn't say rotate.
Not that fun to talk to at all.
Actually, yeah, Angle, if that's what you're looking at is the earthsky.org claim of 1,000 miles an hour. In the very first paragraph, it literally says at Earth's equator, the speed of Earth's spin is about 1,000 miles per hour. Is that all you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about
the equator.
So you agree that the Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator? That's what you're trying to say.
They're not agreeing with it. I told him, well, it's funny how I read that, and then maybe he should go check in with them and find out what's going on.
Well, you also claim that they're scientists. I mean, how do you know a scientist wrote that? Is that just something you've made up?
Stop.
No, he's saying the same thing that the article is saying, dude.
Well, no, he's saying that the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour, but the article doesn't say that. That says at the equator, the speed of Earth's spin is 1,000 miles an hour. But let's be clear, this is not anything written by a scientist. This is just an article written by somebody. And as it says, that's just the equator. And it's wrong to say the words spin, because you don't spin in miles per hour, right? But nowhere does it say there that the Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. It specifically says just the equator. So the Earth is not the equator. The equator is on Earth, but it literally only says the equator there. When you're talking about the spin of the Earth, you have to talk about the entire thing. And the entire Earth cannot spin at 1,000 miles per hour because that simply doesn't make sense to say. So, and let's be clear here. Your angle said that these. Your angle. I'm still talking. Hold on. Don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt.
No, but you're saying the same thing.
I'm still talking. Please don't interrupt. Let me finish. Okay. Yeah. When I'm done, you can respond. It's fine. Please just let me finish my point. When I'm done,
just wrap your point up, Craig.
Stop interrupt. I will when I'm done. Right. Let me finish my point and stop interrupting, and it will take a lot less. Okay. So, my point is that you need to read the entire article. Number one. Number two, your angle made the specific claim that this was done by scientists, and there's nowhere here that says this is done by a scientist. That is just a thing he has said. You will never, ever, ever find an article online that says the entire Earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. End of story.
Cool ground, brother. Good for you.
No, not good for me. Good for reality.
Good for you, buddy.
No, good for reality.
You are fucking trip, bro.
And my guess is you're not living at the equator, so you're spinning probably about 750 miles per hour tangential velocity.
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Talking to you. The tangential velocity is the important thing here. Where I am in Scotland, my tangential velocity is about 420 miles an hour.
Oh, you're a Scotsman, huh?
But I live in Scotland, yeah. But so I have a tangential velocity. Whereabouts on the Earth do you live?
So it doesn't bother you that this is a real thing and you're going to sit here and deny it to me?
Is what a real thing?
Your incognito is actually stunning.
Sorry, is what a real thing? You said, are you going to sit here and deny this is a real thing? Is what a real thing?
Yeah, that it's really happening. Because you're incognito.
Is what happening? You're not being very clear as to what you mean.
Fuck's sake, did you know the subject? Why you got to play like this? Seriously, why?
No, you just said that this is happening. This, what do you mean this? Please be specific.
That article or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so that article said the equator, and that's it. It didn't say the Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour. Nowhere in that article does it say the Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour. Can we agree on that?
You just chill the hell out, man. Like
what? I'm having a conversation with you.
1,000 miles an hour, does it not? Is that not right?
It says the equator. It says the equator, not the Earth. So
what?
It says the equator.
Line, bro. He says at the equator.
The equator is a point on Earth. It's somewhere you can physically go to.
Not an imaginary
line. It's a physical point you can go to. The equator is a physical place you can go to.
Where's the equator at on the land that I can go?
The equator is the point on Earth where the tangential velocity is 1,000 miles an hour. That is a thing.
Equator on it? Does it say equator?
Yeah, several points. Yes, there's many points where the equator has equator written on it. Yes.
So it has a ring on it, something, and it moves opposite from the actual land? I don't understand.
No, the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour. But right, the equator moves at 1,000 miles an hour, but the rest of the Earth moves slower in a tangential velocity. Tangential velocities, yes, there is two different. Well, there is an infinite amount of tangential velocities, but there is one rotational speed. The one speed that the Earth spins is 0.000694 RPM. That's it. That is the speed of the Earth's spin. At the equator, there's a tangential velocity of 1,000 miles an hour. Do we understand the difference?
No, you're telling me there's two different speeds now.
Yes, there's tangential velocity and there's rotational velocity. They are different things.
So it's two different rings, land rings or something? Is that what you're telling me?
Right. Okay, so think of a ball in your hand.
No, I'm asking you a question, bro.
Yeah, and I'm trying to answer, right? And to answer that question, I need you to imagine something for me.
Yeah, okay? I know. You need me to conform to you, dude. I'm done, okay? I've had fun.
Right, your angle, you asked a question. Would you like me to respond, or are you going to run away?
No, thank you, sir. It's okay.
So you're going to run away from the question that you asked me?
Without you answering them, you want to give me some long...
I'm trying to answer your question. Will you give me a chance to answer your question?
To actually talk.
Here's the
thing. It doesn't feel like he's just being talked at the whole time.
But he's had plenty of time to talk. He's asked me a question, and I'm trying to answer that question.
Jesus, dude, really? It says it. It says it does it. You're trying to deny it.
He is literally asked to talk at least 10 times, and every time you say "go ahead," he starts talking, and then you literally just start talking over him. This whole time you've just been ranting over him. Like if you want to talk,
every time I talk, he interrupts me.
Talk.
He's
No,
been
it's the other way
talking
around.
plenty.
I've
He's literally been talking
answer.
plenty. I let him talk and ask a
Okay,
question,
it can't
and then
be-
I try to
It
answer
can't
that
be
question.
Craig.
If you
it
can't
be
listen to
Craig
that, then
talk
be
for 5
quiet.
minutes, and then y'all get 30 seconds, and that's how it works. It doesn't work that way. If you want a conversation, it can't be you get
Yes,
all
if the
time,
conversation
you get 20
requires me
seconds,
to
and
answer
then
the
you tell them to shut
questions,
up and
you are
talk.
not involved in this
Just let
conversation.
him talk.
Me and your angle are.
Hey, bro, we're good.
Yeah, I know, and I'm listening to him say, "Let me talk," over and over again, and then
And
when he says,
if
"I'm
I have
leaving,"
let him
you
talk.
force him to
I have
keep
asked
talking.
him to
So if you
clarify
wanna
his
have a
point. How about you
conversation,
shut up?
let
Be
him
quiet,
talk.
whoever you are. Shush, whoever you
No,
are.
fuck you. Let him
Be
talk.
quiet, whoever you are.
You're talking about Flerfs.
Be
saying,
quiet,
"Let him talk."
whoever
You're not
you
letting him.
are.
So I guess
Be
you don't want to
quiet,
talk to him.
whoever
You just
you
want to
are.
rant over everybody.
Will you shut up? This is my show. Shut up.
No, I'm not going to shut the fuck up. I'm
Well,
not
get
going to
out
shut
then.
up until you
Get out
realize
then.
you got to let other people talk.
Get out then.
Why don't you get out of
Fucking
here?
little dickhead.
Okay,
Sean.
stop yelling.
Right.
Stop
Your
yelling.
angle. I
No,
will give you
stop it.
plenty of time to talk. If you would like to talk, I will allow you to talk, but you need to listen to
You
my
will allow
response
me to
and
talk?
allow me to
Bro,
respond.
I don't like your demeanor. Do you get that, bro? I don't like
I don't
it.
care if you don't like my demeanor. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. A
That's my
conversation
point.
requires us both to
No,
talk.
you're not. You're trying to
That's my
talk at
point,
him.
bro.
Sean
Fuck.
G, shut the fuck up.
No. Fuck you.
Get
I
out.
can-
You're muted. Go away. No one can hear you on my channel, Sean, so just be quiet.
What does that fucker mean, dude?
Right.
Dude, you're
Your
dirty,
angle.
bro.
I
You're
am
nasty.
more than
You're
willing
trash.
to have a decent conversation with you. But a
Holy
decent
trash,
conversation.
bro.
No,
You're
again,
trash.
I'm talking and you interrupt me every time. I would like to have a decent conversation with you, but if you ask me a question, I
Hold
would
on,
like
Sean. Hold on. You're still live on my end.
Sean's muted on my
hold on a
channel,
second.
so he might
Yes.
as well just shut
Yeah.
up.
I know.
So,
well,
can
hold
someone
on,
just
Sean.
like properly
Sean,
kick him
I
out or
can't hear
something
you.
because he's
It's
being
live on my
pointless
end.
here.
Wow.
Yeah, just make sure we're not stepping on each other, and let Yaw Angle get a full.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to.
20
That's what I'm
seconds.
trying to actually do here. I am trying to have a proper conversation. A proper conversation requires us to ask a question and respond to the question. He asked me a question. All I was asking was the ability to respond. But right now, I will give your angle the floor and let him clarify his position without interrupting.
I'm good. I told you, I'm good. Thank you very much.
I know you're good, but I'm finishing this conversation with you.
You used up enough of my time, and I don't like your demeanor.
It doesn't matter if you don't like my demeanor. I'm here to have a
I know,
conversation
that's
with
very
you.
obvious to you. I get it.
So
you're very one-sided, selfish about things. I understand that. I do not. Want to
I haven't been
continue this
selfish. I've been
conversation.
trying to explain proper
Thank
physics
you, and
to
have
you.
a good day, sir.
So you're going to run away from the question that you asked?
Greg, you literally overtalk him while you said you would let him have the last word there.
Wait, he did. He wasn't. He was just saying nothing. He was just.
He was saying- he
I was
saying
trying to
what
get
he
him.
wanted to-
Yeah, I was trying to
Regardless
get
if
him
you
to
think
talk.
it's nothing. Regardless if you think it's nothing.
I was
you
trying
gave
to.
him
Right,
a
actually,
chance
stop
to
one
talk
sec.
and
Stop
then
one sec.
overtalk.
Let me hold on one sec. Right, I was trying to get him to talk, and all he was saying was, "No, thank you, I don't want to." Right. So then I was trying to encourage him to talk. That's not me over talking him. That's me encouraging him to have the conversation. Okay. All I want is to have the conversation. The conversation requires questions and answers. That's all. If he asks me a question, then I need to answer that question. Sometimes the response takes longer than the question. That's just how it works. So, Yo Angle, what were you saying about the rings? Can you please clarify your statement about the rings, Yo Angle? Has he run away because he didn't want to clarify his point? See, acting like I'm the one that's over talking is a bit ridiculous, because the point is, yes, I was talking more because my explanations were the things that were happening here. Yo Angle didn't have any explanations. He had questions which require answers. And to say that I was the one who was over talking was ridiculous, because every time I got 2 words into my explanation, Yo Angle would say something and interrupt me. Everyone could see that happening. I'm very surprised that some people here couldn't, especially Sean G, who is just acting like a whiny little bitch.
To be fair, you were being a little aggressive and trying to coach.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be aggressive to idiots, absolutely. But I was allowing him the time to talk and ask a question, and all I was asking was the ability to respond to the question.
Charlie can't hear you. Yeah, he can't hear you right now. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no one can hear Sean on my channel because he's just a whiny little bitch, and I don't want a whiny little bitch on my channel. Anyway, so there was a guy who wanted to talk to me about climate change stuff. Is he here? No? Your angle, you're back. So could you clarify your point for me, please? Everyone's gone quiet. Oh, I've been muted. I see. They've muted me. There we go. I'm unmuted. So your angle. Hello. You want to clarify your position about the rings, please? Is Sean still whining or something? Everyone's gone quiet. What's going on? Shall I just leave?
I think everyone got scared off before you got here.
Best thing you said the whole time, dude.
We're still here.
Yeah, I know.
Your angle. So yeah, could you clarify your point about the rings, please, so I can give an explanation?
I want to talk to you. You didn't even apologize, bro. You know what?
I have nothing to apologize. All right. I apologize if you perceive.
There's no reason to talk to you. Do you get it?
Right. Your angle. Let me stop, please.
No,
right.
I just wanted you to understand me.
Yeah, your angle.
No
so
reason
if you
to
perceive
talk
me as being aggressive, I do apologize. I would like you to clarify your point, please.
See, it would have been a lot better if you just would have said, "Hey, okay, I understand that. Thanks. Sorry, maybe next time." But no, see, because
I understand what I don't know your point. Dude. I'm asking you to clarify your point.
I just did.
When?
Oh God, dude,
when you were talking over him.
Well, you were talking over him, FTFE.
But I haven't heard anyone. I've been muted. I haven't talked over anyone. I'm waiting for him to clarify his position.
I just did.
When? Well, apparently I was muted or something because I heard nothing.
Dude, are you on drugs, bro? Like for real? Are you like you on drugs?
Again, right. You say when, but when did you clarify your position? Because I've literally heard nothing from the Discord in the past 2 minutes.
I'm not gonna repeat myself. You can replay your thing and go from there. I'll wait.
But again, I would just like you now. I'm asking for the conversation. So could you
please
clarify your position about the rings? I obviously didn't hear you, and all right, I apologize if I overtalked you and I didn't hear you. But could you please clarify your position?
Yeah, just 5 seconds for that. You didn't want to call it. What rings are you talking about? Rings.
You said something about there's different rings on Earth that are moving at different speeds, and I wanted you to clarify that.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude.
That's what you said to me. You said, so is there different rings that are moving at different speeds?
There were 2 different speeds, and there was only one, and I'm just done, dude. There's nothing to talk about. Okay?
There is. I want to know what you're talking about so I can have the conversation with you.
No, you don't, dude. It's all good,
I do.
Man.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm trying to just say goodbye to you nicely, dude. Do you understand
I don't want to say goodbye. I want to have a conversation with you.
I know. It's not always about what you want, though, when you're rude.
Well, that's why you're here.
No, that's why you're here.
Yeah. So, what were you saying about the different?
I don't know why you
put
yourself up on a pedestal. I tried to, dude. This is unbelievable. You realize that, bro?
I'm genuinely just trying to have a conversation with you here. I'm asking you a simple question.
Dude, never mind, bro. It was nice meeting you. Not really.
So you're gonna run away. You're gonna run away from the thing that you were asking me.
Dude, this is why I'm not gonna talk to you because you're not worth talking to.
So you ask a question and then you won't let me respond and then you run away. Is that how it works?
Yes, that's how it goes. Yes.
Right. So why would you ask me a question if you didn't want to hear the response?
Because you're delusional, bro.
What am I delusional about?
Oh my God.
Yeah, give me something specific that I'm delusional about, please.
Right now, you're still arguing with me, okay? I just wanted to leave nicely, and you wouldn't let me do it.
Well, no, you've just said I'm delusional. Could you please clarify specifically what I'm delusional about?
What would be the point in that? You're delusional.
Well, could you clarify how I'm delusional? Specifically, how am I delusional?
No, I don't wish to. It's something you have to figure out on your own. You can just listen to your
Well, no,
tape.
you just made that claim, so could you please tell me how, in what way am I delusional?
Oh my god, did you talk through me all the fucking time? It's just retarded. Do you realize that?
But you've called me delusional.
Everything
I'd like an explanation.
Say, dude. This is what I mean about you being delusional. But there you go.
In what way am I delusional? Please specify for me.
Oh my fucking god, I feel like I don't. Well, who are you?
I'm FTFE.
This is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever experienced. I must say, I can't believe this shit, dude.
Well, neither can I. I'm asking you to clarify what you mean, and you're just going, I don't believe it. So you said that I am delusional. Could you please clarify in what way I'm delusional?
Fucking god, dude.
Did you not say that I'm delusional?
How about the delusion that you seem to think you're never interrupting him, but yet you constantly have?
Literally, all I've done is try to get him to clarify his position.
That's what I mean. You're
That's
delusional, bro. There's no point in talking to you.
Right. Again, I said that yes, I overtalked him several times, but that's because I was trying to answer the questions that he was asking me, and that requires me to talk. So if he is then speaking whilst I am answering his question, of course that's going to appear as though I'm overtalking him, because he asked me a question and I'm trying to respond. So there's no way that makes me delusional when I am responding to something that I was asked, and then somebody is talking whilst I'm doing that. That's not me talking over them. That's them not listening to the response for the question they asked me. Simple.
Okay. Do you know how many times you told me that now?
Right. So
let's
start. Right, your angle. Right. Let's take it down and let's start again. Right.
You know how many times you told me that?
Oh, right, your angle. Right, please just give me 1 sec. Right.
This is when I want to find out if it's worth talking to you or not.
Yeah, I'm trying to right now. You just give me 1 second.
I'm be honest with yourself. And you interrupted me again. How many times have you said that? How many?
Right.
Dude, how many times have you said that, bro?
Okay, right. No. Right, I'm waiting for you to finish so that I can say. So I don't want to interrupt you. Right. Right. Your angle. I apologize if I was over talking you. Okay.
Okay.
Right, I apologize if I was over talking you, and I apologize if
nutty, dude.
Right, everyone sees here how he was over talking me there, right?
I'm out of here, dude.
Yeah, right, your angle. Right, I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to apologize so that we can have a conversation. Right? Is that okay? Right. Your angle. I apologize if I was over talking you. I apologize if you perceived me as being aggressive. I apologize if you didn't like my demeanor. I will attempt to correct it. I would very much like to have the conversation with you about Earth's rotation. Is that okay? Your angle? See, this is flat earthers. This is what they do. Right? They ask for a conversation, but then they don't let you have a conversation. And I'm surprised that Solaris Skyborn can't see how I was just trying to answer his questions, and I'm not sure how that counts as me over talking them. It doesn't make sense to me. If someone asks you a question and then you are to respond to that question, and then someone keeps saying things whilst you're responding to that question, then of course it seems like you're over talking them. But all I have done in the entire conversation is try to answer his questions. That's it.
Okay, Craig, hold up. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Y'all, look, Craig honestly tried to apologize. He just wants to have a conversation. You can hear me. Listen to me. He's willing to start all over. Maybe you two can start all over. And maybe you can go first. I'm trying to talk to y'all.
Yeah. Right, sorry.
But I was just... No. I was telling y'all, Angle, that you apologized. You seem pretty sincere. Maybe you guys can start all over, and y'all, you can maybe give your opinion on, what you have questions about or what you see wrong, and maybe you guys can start again and see how it works out. Because he did apologize, and he did seem sincere.
No, he ran away. Yeah, I apologize, but frankly, I had no need to apologize. All I was doing for the entire time was attempting to answer questions. And then Sean G popped in and goes, well, you're talking loads and he's not saying anything. Yeah, because that's what happens when someone asks you a question and you need to give an explanation. Explanations sometimes need to go on for a bit so that the explanation makes sense. It's not my fault that Sean G doesn't understand how conversations work, or frankly, flat earthers in general. But anyway, where is the dumbass that wanted to talk about the climate change? Where is he
Sean,
gone?
he can't hear you. He's got you muted.
Yeah, he's pointless. He's
Oh,
just
hey, hi. This is Bengal Wolf here.
Hello.
I'm. Sean, please. He can't hear you. I just want to say that, you know, maybe due to like delay or whatever, but on my end, it did sound like you interrupted Yaw Angle several times when he was just trying to start asking a question. So it did sound like that to me. You know, like I said, maybe it's a delay on your end. I don't know, but it did come off that way.
It does seem that a conversation with your angle is taking a while to go back and forward, but all I was doing was responding to the things that he was saying. He was asking me a question, and I was trying to answer the question. That was it. And every time
I get that that's what you were trying to do. I'm just saying that on my end, it did sound like you were over talking him.
Well, yeah. Obviously, it's going to sound like that when I'm trying to respond and he's talking. I mean, I understand that it sounds like I was over talking him, purely because when I was talking, he kept trying to talk as well. But you know, like I said, if it seems like I was interrupting, then I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. I just want to have the conversation, but the conversation requires listening to an answer to a question, right?
Well, this was fruitful.
Y'all left, so let's just move forward now instead of lingering on it, please.
Yeah. Right. I'm just looking for
I absolutely agree with all that. Just maybe tone it. You're at about an 11 now. Maybe tone it down to like a 9.
Oh, I've had a hell of a day. This is you know my adrenaline from the whole day coming out. So, but yeah.
Completely understandable. Just take a little woosah moment and let's, you know, keep on keeping on.
Just go ahead and pick Commander Riker. That's how.
I think he's asleep right now. Right. Where's the FTFE page? Debate. Fight the FTFE. So, where are you, Rearders? Ed? Ed was bugging me for a debate, but he's run away.
I think you guys had cleared up that it wasn't actually a debate at the end.
He still said he was going to come on here and you know, expose me for being dishonest when I'm not really sure what he was on about. As he's not here, I'm just going to tell everyone what happened so that I can explain it and expose his stupidity. So, as everyone can see, I've been talking to this guy called Ed, and I was asked the question by Sean G, what I think, you know, the issue with the climate is, and I said something very simple, that, you know, the issue is that we put too much CO2 in the air and people need to sort our fucking shit out, and there needs to be a big paradigm shift in energy generation. And this Ed guy came along and was like, oh, well, how do we do that then? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea how to go make China stop producing CO2. But, you know, I recognize that as humans, we need to fucking stop screwing this planet up. Because, let's face it, we screwed the pooch here. We fucked the planet, right? And the way to possibly help it is to stop using CO2, use a lot of nuclear power instead. You know, a massive paradigm shift in energy generation. That would be, you know, a way to possibly, you know, stop some of the damage that we've done. And Ed started going off on a massive thing about how I'm being a flat earther because I'm giving a solution yet saying that I don't know how to do it. And none of that made any sense to me at all. He kept going on that I have given a solution, but I haven't given a solution, and that's dishonest. Does anybody agree with that take that he's having? No, didn't think so.
I don't get along with Ed either, so I'll agree with you that he's being unreasonable because he does the same shit to me.
He's saying that I'm being a dishonest fucker, and that he is going to expose me, but he's not here to expose me or explain why I'm dishonest in any way. And Does anybody disagree with me on the fact that us humans, as a whole, have pretty much fucked the planet?
I don't disagree. And also, I do think that a better thing to do would be for nuclear power to be like a more prominent source of energy. How we're going to do that, I have no clue.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's all I ever said was that, so as humans, we need to stop being fucking stupid, basically. And unfortunately, the problem is that humans as a whole are pretty fucking dumb, right? We are killing the planet, and we can see as a species that we're killing the planet. And there is a possible solution. Stop using fossil fuels. That might not fix the problem entirely, but it's certainly a massive way to, help the problem that we've created. And my solution was a paradigm shift in energy generation, use a lot more nuclear power. And apparently that was me being a flat earther, because he equated that to me saying, well, I don't know what it is, but it's not that. Does anybody agree with that? Anyone? If I'm being stupid here, I would like somebody to tell me.
No. The way I see it is you just gave an end goal, but how we're going to go there, we don't know. At least I don't know.
Exactly.
That's at least the way I saw it.
I mean, it might not even be an end goal. There's a lot more to do than just stop using fossil fuels if we want to stop the damage we've done to this planet.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure why Ed was having a go at me and calling me a flat earther for saying, well, yeah, we should have a paradigm shift in energy generation.
I mean, my end goal.
I thought you had both agreed at the end of it, though. I'm pretty sure that was his position too at the end. I think there might have been a different disagreement in there.
Well, yeah, I want him to come on and talk about that disagreement, but he's too scared.
And when I meant end goal, I was talking about the nuclear power thing, not the stop using fossil fuel.
Yeah, but nuclear power would be a replacement for fossil fuel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, him calling you a flat earther doesn't make sense because your position is far too intellectually honest to be from a flat earther.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, his point makes absolutely no sense. And him, in any way, calling me dishonest makes no sense. And he's here. Right now, he's in the chat. Look, everyone can... I'll put this up live so everyone can see. Right? He's there in the chat now. Read what I said. Dishonest sack of crap. What have I been dishonest about, Ed? Get in the fucking chat and tell me. Don't stand here saying, sit here typing, calling me dishonest. Get in and tell me why I'm being dishonest. Just like I asked your angle to explain why I was being delusional or what his point was. If you don't get in here and explain your point, then you are literally being a flat earther. Ed, you are a flat earther at this point.
Are you talking about somebody near chat? Because I don't see any.
If you go to the Fight the FTFE chat, he's typing it in there.
Gotcha.
Well, if you want me to get what I said right first, and I'll think about it. Well, get in here and tell me what you said. Because all I'm doing is going on the words that you have written. Get in here and tell me why I'm dishonest. Or drop the claim.
Probably just in your live stream, just like scroll up and show the whole conversation, maybe.
Yeah, it's all here. So, but right now he's just like, go on, loudmouth, present me correctly, steelman. I don't know what you're on about, so I can't steelman you. Get in here and present your position. How am I going to steelman you when I've no fucking idea what you're on about, you dick? Is that it? Yeah, of course I can't steelman you because I've no idea what you're on about. Get in here and present your argument.
I sort of disagree with the timelines that they give. I think the timelines they give are a bit catastrophic.
Fear mongering
about what?
Fear mongering.
Yeah, fear mongering.
Timeline.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of sensationalism about it, of course, right? That's just what the media does. But it doesn't change the fact that we have taken the planet past the point of no return. And to fix what we've done is going to take, generations of the entirety of humanity working together.
But isn't what you just said against what the vast majority of science says? We haven't taken it past the point of no return. We are just getting closer to the point of no return.
Recent studies show that we've taken the planet past the point where it can recover to a sustainable position. Recent studies show that we've taken it past the point where the damage, as in the weather that's going to be getting worse and worse and worse, is already done. We can't change that. What we can do is we can stop it getting worse if we all work together as a species. By past the point of no return, I mean there's damage that's already done, which isn't something that's an easy fix to just switch off. The damage that is done is going to take a concerted effort of more than just what we are right now to fix. Does that make sense?
So there is a point of return then.
I mean, yeah, okay, all right. I was being a bit hyperbolic when I say the point of no return. By that I mean, there's damage that is done that we can't stop, but we can try and stop it getting worse, and then maybe over generations the Earth will be able to repair itself. But when you look at what humanity is doing, year by year, we're using up the resources that the planet can produce 6 months into the year. So after 6 months we're on a negative balance for what the planet is giving, and that's because of the way that we are as a society, as a species. We need to change the way that we think about everything, about energy generation, about building. Everything is fucking the planet. And all right, past the point of no return is a bit hyperbolic. It's a bit over the top, but the studies are showing that the damage that is done is something that isn't easily reversible, or even certain areas reversible at all.
What do you think about the graph I just put there from 2004, from the last 9,500 years? It's a climate,
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the graph doesn't show the entire story. So there is a natural variation in the Earth's temperature and CO2 production and things like that. But the recent studies actually show that the production of CO2 and the temperature of the Earth is increasing faster than it has in any of these previous spikes. Apart from when you look back about 1,000 years, and there was a massive volcanic eruption which covered the entire Earth in ash, and there was a massive CO2 spike then, which is bigger than what is being produced now. But in general, the rate that the CO2 and temperature is increasing is faster than the natural cycles show.
Okay.
Yeah, again, Ed, you're still going on, all right? I've read everything you've said, and none of it makes any sense to me because you're blabbering like a moron. Get in the voice chat and clarify your position. I am not going to try and clarify your position because I don't know. Because you've made zero fucking sense. Ed, get in the voice chat. I am here. Stop being a coward. Oh, yeah, and like Diversion points out, that graph actually ends in 1885. I didn't see that. Why have you presented a graph that ends in 1885?
It says temperature anomaly in degrees Celsius, 7643 BC to present, and it says RB Alley 2004. Yeah, I don't know if it's.
I mean, either the title or the graph is lying, because this graph only goes up to 1885. So it's not showing anything over when, humanity has actually, made the biggest impact. In fact, this has probably been cut off by a dishonest flat earther, frankly. They've probably cut off the information that we actually need to see what humanity has done to make it appear as though we're not.
A flat earther is kind of a reach. I mean, there are people that aren't flat earthers that disagree.
Yeah, I know. I tend to use flat earther as a term for lying morons.
Yeah.
The graph should show post-industrial revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed saying, cool story, kid. I had so much to say about it earlier. I haven't said anything about it. All I've done is clarify my point that we fuck the planet, Ed. That's it. I have no clue what you are fucking on about. Everybody can in this Discord can read this entire chat. Get in here and clarify your position. Stop being so dumb and cowardly. Why is it when people want to challenge me, they can't even come in here and say it? They want to sit in the chat and type like a coward. See, he's a dishonest fucker. He's there calling me a dishonest fucker when I am here right now asking him to come in and clarify his position so we can have the conversation. Does anybody here think that that is a dishonest position to hold?
Maybe.
How is it dishonest?
So yeah,
clarify his
everyone in this Discord can read that chat log as well as sign up for the debates for the Medicinal Mass Debate channel. You got something you want to get off your chest? Go ahead and follow the link. Come in the Discord and sign up for a debate. Call someone out.
Nice segue.
Yeah, absolutely. Do that on there. So, yeah, Ed, come in and explain why I'm a dishonest fucker. Please, we wanted to expose me, then here. I am here, ready for you. Or, Ed, you can sit in the chat and type like a little coward, like a little baby that's too afraid to come and actually speak words to the big scary FTFE.
FTFE adds a whole lot like when you watch a movie and you see the guy in the front talk shit and then you see the guy in the back pop his head up and say, yeah, what he said, and then jump back down again. That's what Ed does.
Yeah,
so usually if he don't have someone leading the way, he won't come and say anything.
Come on, Ed. You come and expose me, right? I'm here right now. If you want to expose me, just do it right now. Right? Look at him. Look at him in the chat. I never said I would expose you here on stream. Well, then you lose, Ed. You lose because you can't expose me anywhere.
Democ has been behaving himself lately. Maybe you could have a nice conversation with Democ.
I could try if Democ wants to try and have a nice conversation. Ed said you're providing evidence you didn't read again. I've read the entire thing because I've been responding it to you bit by bit, Ed. Stop being a little baby and get in the voice chat. Yeah, Ed, I will no longer respond to you via text. The only way you can speak to me is in voice chat. Stop being a coward. Look at him, everyone. Sorry, one second. I just want everybody to see Ed being a coward in real time. Look at him. Stop projecting, Craig. I'm here, Ed. I'm here waiting for you, Ed. Come on. I warned you to get it right. I've no idea what you're on about, Ed. Come and tell me what I haven't got right. You warned me to get it right. You realise that sentence doesn't even make sense, Ed? Yeah. You're right, Jeffrey. Everybody laugh and point at Ed. Right? Ed, I'm not going to say your position for you because I don't want to strawman you. I don't want to get it wrong. I want you to come in here and clarify your position for everybody else. Come on, Ed, get it done.
We got Mr. Spectacular Gary Wybenga just popped into the chat. How's it going, Mr.
What's up, Gary?
Gary's awesome.
Does also mean something different to you guys.
¿Qué pasó?
Hey.
What?
What's up, Gary?
Hey.
Said ¿Qué pasó?
How you doing?
Not much. Just sitting out here with I got a new dog.
Oh, what breed?
Kind of dog?
I'm not even sure. It was a stray on one of the dairies that I go to, and nobody could catch it. So I spent about 3 weeks putting food out. And now I brought her home. She looks like a Belgian Malinois, but I'm not sure. Yeah, she's still a pup.
Good on
She's
you,
still
man.
kind of young.
Cool. Do you think she knows which way east and west is?
She knows east is east and west is west.
Oh, so unlike you that thinks east is
north
south.
is north and south is south.
Well, but you think east is south. So, I mean...
No, I don't even know. You got that. Of course, you straw man that. East
well, no,
is
east.
East.
Because you said
on the
east,
compass
it
is
goes
east.
to the equator, which would be south. So you think east is south.
That's not south. That's just east.
Well, no,
not
if you go to the
south.
equator, that would be
It
going
won't
south.
take you. If you start from your position and you point the compass due east and you follow it, it will eventually take you to the equator.
No, it won't. It will
It's not
follow the
going
line
to
of
go due
latitude.
south to the equator. That it's not going to, and then take a sharp left or right, depending on if you're going east or west.
No,
It's not
the
going to do
compass
that.
pointing east or
It's
west
going to
will keep you
gradually
on the
drift
line of
you. It's going
latitude.
to gradually drift you over to the equator.
No, if you go east or west, when you point east or west, you will follow the line of latitude around the Earth. You won't go to the equator.
Well, you'll keep drifting off, won't you, Craig?
No, you won't. That would be going south.
Yes, you will. Yes,
no,
you
Gary,
will.
Gary, to go to the
You'll keep
equator,
drifting off
from
it, Craig.
above the equator,
Craigie,
you have to
Craigie,
go south.
Craigie, quit interrupting. You're gonna
I was
drift
talking, you interrupted
off.
me.
You can if you go due east from whatever position you start at, it's going to drift you off whatever latitude you were on, and it's going to gradually start drifting you to the equator. Yes, it will.
No, it won't. It will.
All the other ones are not east.
If you stay on, if you go
90
if you're on
degrees
the
is
latitude
east on the
line.
compass.
Sorry, I was talking then. You interrupted me. Just so everyone knows. If you are on a latitude line and you point east or west, and you keep your compass east or west, and you follow that compass, you will stay on that latitude line. To go to the equator, yes, you would. To go to the equator, you would need to stop interrupting me. To go to the equator, you would need to go north or south. If you continue to go east or
you
west,
can go to the equator going south or north. You can get to the equator, but that would just be a straight line straight to it. Then to stay on it, you would have to turn either left if you're going east or right if you're going to go west.
So if you were to,
but if you take the compass bearing from wherever you start out, it's going to take you to the equator. If you stay on 90 degrees, it will.
No, it won't.
It will.
If you follow your compass bearing, you will stay on your latitude line. That's what east and west is.
No, you won't. It'll keep drifting. You know, B-Ball did a video on this, trying to debunk what I was saying. But even he keeps showing it keeps drifting. If you take a heading of 90 degrees east, it keeps drifting you off your latitude, and you have to keep adjusting. Why? Because east is the 90 degrees at the equator. It's not your latitude.
No. So if you are going east and you keep your compass pointing east all of the time, you will not go to the equator ever.
Yes, you will.
To go to the equator, right? Let me clarify.
It's going to take you to the equator.
Wait, hold on, Gary. I was talking. Gary, hold on. I was talking.
It's going to take you on a nice.
Gary,
it's
I was
like
in the middle of
merging
talking.
lanes.
Gary, buddy, I was in the middle of talking.
Lanes.
But Gary,
you know how you merge lanes?
No, everyone sees him interrupting me here, right? I just want to clarify that. Everyone sees him interrupting me here, right?
I'm just being like you, Craig.
Yeah, just want to clarify
what you
that
do all the
everybody
time.
sees that he is the one interrupting here, right?
You do it all the time, Craig. Everybody sees you.
I just want to clarify that he's the one that's interrupting. Right, so Gary.
Even Bengal girl or whatever, even
Gary,
she was telling me
I was still talking, bud.
Over talking.
Well, this time it's pretty clear that you're the one talking over him, Gary. So
I'm just doing the same thing he does to everybody else. He just doesn't like it.
So Gary, right? Thank you.
Funny though, isn't it?
Gary, so good boy. If you could just be quiet now. So if you're on a line of latitude and you have your compass bearing east or west, and you keep that compass bearing east or west exactly, you will follow the line of latitude. If you wanted, stop. I'm still talking. Right. If you wanted to head north or south, then the compass would have to start pointing north or south for you to go that direction. If you were to, I'm still talking. I'm still talking, Gary. I haven't
south
finished.
of east.
Gary, I will let you know when I'm finished. Okay. So, if you were to go southeast, which is between east and south, then you would head towards the equator. But if you were to go purely east and keep your compass bearing purely east, you will stay on your line of latitude.
No, you won't. And then you can argue with B-Ball or Earther's Life, whatever you want to call him, because he did a video recently trying to disprove me, but he kept showing that even on the latitude, if he would take a heading of east, it would keep drifting him off, and then he'd have to readjust to get back on his latitude. Not too east, though. You would have to change your direction because you were no longer going. You were going east on the compass. It keeps drifting you off your latitude.
Beeble's video did not show that in the slightest. How
Yes,
did
it
you
did.
get? No. Beeble's video showed that all right, let me clarify
when
before
you
you
keep
interrupt.
constantly
Before you
readjusting.
interrupt, let me finish my point. All right. So, what Beeble's video showed was that if you have your compass bearing east and you just keep going in that direction, then you would head towards the equator. But your compass bearing would change. That is considering you just going forward. If you keep your compass bearing east, you will have to adjust your heading to keep going east. You will have to turn to the left, for instance, slightly, to keep your compass bearing east. But if you keep your compass bearing purely east, you will follow the line of latitude.
So why when he's going purely east to begin with, it keeps drifting him off?
Because he didn't keep the compass bearing on east. He just followed a straight
No,
line.
he didn't. He said he kept keeping the compass on east. And he said it keeps him on his latitude. And then he keeps showing in his video that it keeps drifting him off, and then he readjusts to north, and then it drifts him off and readjusts to north, and then it drifts him off. And he constantly was doing it in his video.
Apologies. How did you not understand the video? The video showed that if you keep the
I
compass
understood.
bearing...
It did exactly what I said it would do.
Okay, I'll start again. So the video showed that if you keep the compass bearing east, you stay on your line of latitude. But if you just go in a straight line, you then have to adjust to get back on the latitude. That's what the video showed.
No.
Yes.
Did any of you
can
guys
say no
hear
all you
what-
like. Nutter doesn't work, Gary. All of
Well,
navigation
that's what you're doing. I'm
disagrees
not
with you.
doing that. You can watch the video.
All of
Did you
navigation
guys
disagrees with
Let me
you.
ask one of these guys in here. Did they watch B-Ball's video?
Well, why
That's
don't
not
we
what
watch
the video said.
No, it's
Did you watch B-Ball's video?
Yes.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the one that gal who just talked.
Bengal. She said she has seen the video and it's not what you said.
And
Yes,
when he
you
was
got
doing it,
exactly
he
the
was on his
opposite
latitude.
idea from that.
When he was going on his latitude with a bearing of east, it kept drifting him off, and he kept readjusting. You can see it, him doing it in
Precisely,
the video.
as you would expect.
Yes, that's what I do expect. That's
You
why
have
I'm
to
telling you
adjust
that.
your heading
Right,
to
because
stay
if you're
going
just
east.
going in a straight line, east is going to drift.
Because
I'm
east is gonna
I'm
drift
sorry,
you
Craig.
off.
I'm going to mute myself. Let you do the talking.
East is
So-
going to
so
drift
Gary-
you off your latitude.
Right, Gary, let me clarify, right? If you have your compass bearing as east, right, to start with, right, and then you throw away your compass and you just keep going in that direction that your compass originally pointed you at, you are right. You would eventually cross the equator. But that's not what Beeble was doing. Beeble was showing
It's not gonna
that...
take you. It's going to take you and then keep you on it.
Let me finish. Right?
I have to correct you, though.
No, but let me finish. Don't interrupt.
I have to make sure
but
you're not getting off
Gary,
track.
stop. Let me finish before you interrupt. Thank you. So, what we saw in Beeble's video was that he has to adjust his heading to keep going east, to stay on the latitude. If we
Because
keep the compass...
he was going
Gary,
east,
I'm still
so what's he
talking.
adjusting?
Gary, I'm still
He was
talking.
going east, what's he adjusting to stay on his
Chill.
latitude?
Gary, chill. I'm still talking.
The adjusting from east
Gary,
to
chill.
east.
Gary, you need to wait until I finish, bud. All right? Behave.
It's hilarious.
So, what Beeble's video showed was that if he doesn't keep the compass bearing east, he will drift off the latitude. But if he keeps the compass bearing east, he stays on the latitude. That's what the video showed. Everybody that watches the video can get that. You are the only person that is getting the opposite of what the video showed. The only person. You get that, right?
Well, I'm the only one who's right then.
Oh, so
Because
you're right, but
when he's
everybody else in the
he
world
takes
is
off
wrong.
east. No, he chose himself taking off east,
Right,
and then it
let's-
keep drifting him off the
let's
thing,
get
and
his
then he
video up, shall
readjusts.
we?
Now, if he's going east on the compass, and he has to keep readjusting, what's he readjusting to?
He's
already
readjusting
on
to
east.
go east.
He's
You
already
have to,
on east.
You have to adjust your heading
started
to
out
stay
on
east.
east.
Yeah, but you have to
And then he
adjust
keeps
your heading.
drifting off.
Gary,
He
you
keeps
have to
drifting
adjust.
off, and then he has to readjust.
Gary, you have
drifts
to adjust
off,
your heading to
going
stay
east,
east.
he's
That's the
drifting
point.
off, readjust.
Gary, you have to adjust your heading to stay east. That is the point.
Because no, to stay on your latitude, not to stay on east. He was staying on
your
east. That's
latitude
why it
is
kept drifting
east.
him off. No, your latitude is not east.
Yes, it is.
Your latitude is,
latitudes,
unless you're on the
latitudes follow
equator,
lines of east or west. That's what they do.
Unless you're on the equator, your compass bearing will only be 90 degrees if you're on the equator,
No, that's incorrect.
and it'll stay on it.
You're totally wrong.
No, I'm right.
No, you're 100% wrong.
No, I am right.
No,
if you want to get to the next
all
latitude
of
north,
navigation
you're going to
disagrees
have
with you,
to,
Gary.
you'll
Gary,
have to take
all
the
of
compass
navigation
bearing
disagrees with you.
appropriate to it.
Gary, all of navigation disagrees with you. All right,
You know, no, I don't think they do.
If you are on your latitude and that latitude is east or west, that's what follows it. If you keep going east and you adjust your heading to keep going east, then you will stay on your line of latitude. If you
Okay, here, I got a
ignore
question
the
for you.
compass, I'm still talking. If you ignore your compass and just go the original direction in a straight line, then you will eventually cross the equator. But if you keep following specifically the compass to keep going east, you will stay on the line of latitude. So what's your
got a question for you.
Yeah, you know magnetic.
No, you're wrong. That's all there is to it. But here's a question for you.
I'm not.
It's we're gonna say it's the June solstice. Okay, sun's overhead on Cancer. You're looking at it from anywhere in the world. Are you going to say that sun rose east? Due east?
Doesn't the sun always rise in the east?
Only when it's overhead on the equator on the equinox.
What?
Well, the only time the sun rises due east is when it's overhead on the equator on the equinox. It rises due east, 90 degrees on your compass. Now, if it's overhead on Capricorn or Cancer, no, east is the equator is east, 90 degrees on the compass or 0 degrees latitude. That's east. The sun rises due east on the equinox. Wolfie used to do the videos, remember?
I mean,
Wolfie used to
if
do
you're
the videos.
talking
90 degrees on the compass.
exactly 100%.
90 degrees on the compass, right? From anywhere, right?
Right. So again,
now if the sun is overhead
all right,
on Cancer during the June equinox or during the June solstice, and it's overhead on Cancer, it's not going to be 90 degrees on your compass.
Yeah, that's talking about the tilt of the Earth, though. You're getting confused with the sunrise and cardinal directions, right? So let me clarify. Gary, hold on. My turn. Gary, hold on. Let me respond.
You would look to see the sunrise, right?
Gary, let me respond. And
it'd be like 60 degrees east for me, where the sun rises on the solstice in June.
Okay.
It's not 90, it's 60.
Can I respond?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. The sun does not always rise perfectly east. Instead, it's decided the exact direction of sunset and sunrise.
Well, that's what I said already.
No, I'm still talking. You
said I was wrong. Now you're saying right.
Gary, if you let me talk, then you might be able to hear my point, right? The sun will always come from the east, but exactly due east, not all of the time. That depends on where the sun is. The Earth is relative to
so if it's
the
not
sun.
Exactly
Gary,
east,
I'm still talking.
Gary,
I'm still talking. You need to let me finish my position before you interrupt, okay?
Go ahead, Greg. You're taking a long time.
This
is very simple.
Sometimes it takes a while to get the explanation out. If you be quiet and let me get the entire explanation, Gary. If you be quiet and let me get the entire explanation out without interrupting, then the conversation would actually go a lot quicker. But you can't.
Okay, you just wasted 10 seconds.
Yeah, Gary. Shh. My turn to talk. So, the sun always comes roughly from the east. Whether it's exactly due east or not depends on the time of the year and where you are. But it's always roughly from the east, and the sun sets roughly in the west. That's my point, and that's what I said. So, but none of that.
My goose doesn't agree with you.
I'm still talking. I haven't
protesting.
Finished. Gary, I haven't finished. Right?
Tell him, Goose.
Gary, I'm still talking. Okay? So, none of that is anything to do with cardinal directions. It is a complete non sequitur talking about where the sun rises and sets when we are talking about cardinal directions on Earth and latitudes and directions. So let's remove the talk about the sun from the equation. It's not relevant. It is a complete red herring, non sequitur, nothing to do with the conversation. We are talking about directions. And ignoring any kind of magnetic declination, your latitudes follow a line of east or west. That's it. That is how it works. Anything you look up ever, anywhere, will agree with that position.
The only latitude that's due east is 0 degrees, the equator. That's the only one that goes due east. Or due west, depending on which direction you're going. Going 270 west, it's going to go west. Going 90 east, it's going to go directly east. Everything else is not directly east. They're parallel to it in your view, in your model, but they're not east. They're north of east or south of east, depending on which side of it you're on. That's not the same as east.
Okay, can you please provide a citation to back up your claim?
Well, you can just use Wolfie.
Wolfie disagrees with you.
He did the Equinox videos.
Again,
He
we're not
doesn't do
talking
them
about the
anymore.
sun.
You
We're
notice
not
that,
talking
though,
about
right?
the sun. The sun is irrelevant to the
You notice he
conversation.
doesn't do them anymore.
The sun is
You
irrelevant
notice he
to the
doesn't do them
conversation.
anymore.
The sun is irrelevant to the conversation. Stop, non
No, the sun is totally relevant
No,
to
it's
the
not. The sun
conversation.
has nothing to do with
Sure it
cardinal
is.
directions on Earth and what your compass says.
Sure it does.
Right?
Sure
No,
it does.
The sun has nothing to do with what your compass says.
The compass direction you would look on the solstice from it on the equinox for
Gary,
anybody.
it's a non sequitur.
Right? Would be
Stop
90
talking about the
degrees on
sun.
your compass.
Gary,
Due
stop
east.
talking about the sun. The sun is irrelevant to the conversation. It's a non sequitur.
No, it isn't irrelevant
Right,
because it
it
gives
is.
you the sense of direction.
No, it doesn't.
It isn't,
The sun
Craig.
does not
can
give
say
you
that.
directions,
You can say
compasses do.
all you want, Craig. It doesn't matter.
Compasses
You
give
can
you
just cry
directions,
and
not the
cry,
sun.
Moan and moan, deny.
Well,
The
no,
only
I'm not.
direction
You're the one that's
east is
denying
90
basic
degrees on the compass.
directions.
Maybe
Again,
you guys are confusing reference frames. Maybe one's like reference framing the equator, and the other one's reference framing the actual person.
well, no, Gary's
on the...
just confusing what east and west are. He says if you go at east and keep going east from any latitude line other than the equator, then you will head to the equator, which is just false, because that means you are heading either slightly north or south, not just east.
How could that be, Gary?
And Craig has multiple easts.
No,
he has a new east for every single latitude.
Well, yeah, because the Earth's a sphere.
No,
yes,
because
the
you're
Earth's a
totally
sphere.
wrong. There's only one east, Craig.
All navigation and compasses
And on 90
disagree
degrees
with
on
you.
your compass will always. When I watch the sun rise on the equinox at 90 degrees, it doesn't matter if the sun rises or not. Even if I just point at 90 degrees on my compass right now, it'll point at the same place where I will see the sun rise on the equinox. Whether
Again,
the sun's there or not, that's not the
nothing to
equinox.
do with directions that a
Because
compass
that's
show.
the compass direction I would look. That's the compass
The
direction
sun is
I
not
would
a
look.
compass direction.
No, the compass direction I would look takes you to the east, where the sun would be directly overhead
Yeah,
on
and
the
that's
equinox.
nothing to do with navigation using a compass. So stop red herring.
Sure, all those things are. Yes, they all are.
They're not. They're not. Nothing.
No,
What you were
yeah,
saying
you-
is nothing.
Craig has- Craig
what you were
literally has
saying.
180
What you were saying is nothing to do
Craig
with
has like
navigation.
180 east for every latitude. He's got an east.
Nothing you are saying is to do with
And they're all
navigation.
different.
We
None
are
of them are
talking
the
about
same.
navigation. Stay on the subject, Gary.
None of them are the same. What I'm talking about, east is always east. North of east, if it's 91 degrees on your compass, it would be south of east. If it's 89 degrees on your compass, it would be north of east.
No,
That's
Gary,
not east.
Gary, you're completely wrong. The lines
I'm
of
not.
latitude follow east or west. That's it. It's as simple as that. That is the facts. You do
No,
not
they're
get to change.
parallel. They're parallel to your
I'm still
east on your
talking.
globe.
I'm still talking. You
They're parallel.
do not get to change how east and west works. You understand that, right?
Well, are they parallel? Are latitude lines in your model parallel to each other?
Oh, right.
Craig.
So watchmakers just so Gary, you
On your
think
model,
that,
Craig, answer the question. It's very simple.
I haven't
On
heard
your
the question.
model,
I'm
are all
reading
the
something.
latitude lines parallel to each other?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got multiple east in your what you're claiming is multiple easts.
Because east is based on the
So
magnetic
we
field of Earth.
know the only one that's actually east is the equator.
No, the east is decided by the magnetic field of Earth, which on a sphere will mean it's slightly different for each latitude.
Craig, come on now.
Right. So Gary, is it right?
You're
Is this right that
lying.
you think the degrees on a compass correspond directly to a latitude?
I think they do. Yes, I think they will
Well, they
take you
don't.
over.
That's wrong.
No, I think if you take the cardinal direction for let's say I take 89 degrees north of east, I think it will take me to one latitude degree north of 0. So it'd be 1 degree
But that's completely wrong.
north.
Your compass
1 degree north
degrees do not
latitude.
correspond to your latitude degrees. That's not how
I
that
believe
works.
they do. I believe you.
Well, it doesn't matter what you believe. Your belief doesn't change reality, Gary.
200 miles away, where you will intersect that point.
Gary, your belief doesn't change reality. That's not how
No,
that
it is
works
reality.
in the slightest.
It's always going to be from my point. If I take from my point wherever I'm
No,
at,
it's not.
it's going to be about 6,200 miles where I reach that point on the latitude. If I take that compass direction for it,
No, it's really, really not.
it's going to gradually merge me over. It's like merging lanes on
You
a
are
highway.
literally making stuff up at this point.
I'm merging latitudes. I'm merging over.
No. If you keep your compass
And then when I
pointing
get
east-
there, it
Gary,
straightens me out once I'm on
Gary,
it.
I was talking there. So if you keep your compass pointing east or west, it's very simple. You stay on your latitude line. That's it. That's how it works.
No, it will take you. It will drift.
Can you
over
give
to
me
the
a? I'm asking you for the. If you cannot provide a citation to back up your claim, then your claim is dismissed. Please provide a citation.
If I'm on about 37
citation,
degrees
Gary,
north
not you saying things. A
okay,
citation,
I'm on about
please.
37 degrees north latitude. Pay
Gary,
attention
citation,
here.
please.
I've
asked
my
you for a
compass.
citation.
It's not going to point on 37 degrees north latitude.
Gary,
it's going to
have you
point
got a citation for this,
equator,
please?
6,200 miles away.
Have you got a citation?
I don't need a citation.
Yeah, you do. I'd like a citation, please, because all of navigation disagrees with you.
Well, give me a citation that proves your point.
No, you're the one making the claim here. You're the one making the claim.
One that
Give
says
me a
every
citation for the
latitude
claim.
line is due east. I want you to show me one that says every latitude line.
You are the one making the claim. You provide a citation, please.
No. That's what you've been claiming, Craig.
You've
been claiming that all latitude lines are due east. You're claiming that all latitude lines, if you follow your latitude line, you're going due east.
Okay, so here we go. You want a citation? I'll put it up on screen right now on my stream because it took about 2 seconds for me to find a citation. What is latitude? Lines of latitude, also called parallels, are imaginary lines that divide the Earth. They run, and listen to this, Gary, they run east to west. There we go. There's my citation. So you're disagreeing with the citation, then?
Yes, I am.
Right, so you're right, but the citation that I just brought up was wrong.
Absolutely.
What if I get another citation that disagrees with you? Is that one
also? It's the only one that's due east.
Shall I get another citation and see what that says?
Type in what compass bearing is due
from
east.
Geography Realm.
What compass bearing is due east?
Right, Gary, I'm talking right now. So from geographyrealm.com. Let's see. I don't want to subscribe. The equator is a 0 degree, and it says that lines of latitude run east to west. So that's 2 citations that say that you're wrong. What else should we go to? So I've done National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I've done Geography Realm. They both disagree with you. Another one from Geography Realm, latitude and longitude. Well, lines of latitude and longitude run east to west. There's another citation that disagrees with you. Funny how every citation I'm getting disagrees with you. Let's look at the next one. Latitude and longitude from Britannica.com. I wonder what this says, Gary. What do you reckon? From Britannica.com, latitude and longitude. Oh, so latitude runs east to west. Oh, from Britannica.com. So that's another citation that disagrees with you, Gary. So, Gary, are you claiming right now that you are right and everybody else in the world is wrong?
Yes. Here, 90 degrees. For example, an object to due east would have an absolute bearing of 90 degrees. 90 degrees is not my latitude. 90 degrees would be going towards the equator. It's where the sun would rise on the equinox. Even though the sun, it doesn't have to be the equinox to have the same point on my horizon where I would point a compass bearing of 90 degrees. And I say, if you follow that line, you hold that line, and on the equinox, the sun will rise at that point. Then. Because that's due east.
I gave 4 citations that disagree with you. Where's your citation?
That was from Wikipedia.
And so Wikipedia says that a line of latitude is 90 degrees to the equator. Yeah, that makes sense. And at every point on the latitude, it will be 90 degrees to the equator. And to stay on that line of latitude, you have to follow east or west. Every single citation.
Once again, Craig,
no, I'm still talking, Gary. I'm still in the middle of talking. Gary, I'm still in the middle of my sentence. Gary, I'm in the middle of my sentence. Gary, I'm still talking, bud. You've interrupted me. Gary, you've interrupted me. I was in the middle of my sentence. Right, thank you. So even Wikipedia says that lines of latitude follow east to west. So your own citation disagrees with you.
No, it doesn't at all.
Wikipedia literally says lines of latitude run east to west. That's what Wikipedia says.
No, they're running parallel with east. They're not.
No. East. That's not what Wikipedia says. Wikipedia says that lines of latitude run east to west.
Are they running parallel, Craig? Or are you saying parallel lines converge?
Again, Wikipedia says that lines of latitude run east to west, which disagrees with what you said. So you don't have any
citations that agree with you. It's an easterly. It's not due east. That's
why it says east to west. That's it.
89 degrees, it would be north of east. If it's 91 degrees, it would be south of east. It's still going to use the word east in there, but it's not due east. It's
No,
not
no.
90
It says
degrees
it follows
anymore.
east. It says it follows east to west. That's it. You're making other stuff up.
No, no. It's just coming around, and it's just,
So
everything
all the
just comes around in
citations that I
circles.
got, you're saying are wrong.
They're wrong, or you're interpreting them wrong.
No, I read the words. It follows the east to west.
Craig. 90 degrees is due east. Nothing else is due east. 89 degrees isn't due east.
The lines of latitude
91
are due
degrees
east.
isn't due east.
The lines of latitude are due east. That's it.
No, they're not due east. If they were due
So
east, they would end up.
I'm gonna bring up
equator.
Wikipedia, and
they're
I'm gonna
not.
read. Right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read Wikipedia, which was what you were using, right? In geography.
Okay, Craig.
Right,
Gary.
Gary. I'm about to start talking. Gary. I'm about to start talking.
You can go on to another subject if you want.
Gary, I'm about to start talking.
I'm not going to go in circles around.
Gary, I'm about to start talking. Will you stop?
I've already gone in
I got
circles.
2 words in and you interrupted.
In a circle. I'm not going to continue in a circle.
Right,
you
Gary,
want to change
I got 2 words in.
subject, you're ready to go.
I'm going to read this.
I'm not wrong. I am right.
Gary,
90 degrees is
Gary. Right,
yeah.
I got 2 words in. I got 2 words
Don't
in.
shush me. You don't need to shush me, Craig. Shush, Craig.
I got 2 words in, Gary. So, right, I'm going to finish my point.
I got 2 words in, too, a lot of times.
In geography, latitude is
Craig,
a coordinate...
I think everybody here would agree.
Right. In geography, latitude is a coordinate that specifies the north-south position of a point on the surface of the Earth. Right, could somebody just mute him for a second, please? So that I can get my point out without him interrupting. Thank you. So, in geography...
Hold on a second, Gary.
In geography, latitude is a coordinate that specifies the north-south position of a point on the surface of the Earth or another celestial body. Latitude is given as an angle that ranges from -90 at the South Pole to 90 degrees at the North Pole, with 0 at the equator. Now, this is the important part. Lines of constant latitude, or parallels, run east-west as circles parallel to the equator. Latitude and longitude are used together as a coordinate pair to specify the location on the surface of the Earth. I'm just going to read that one bit again. Lines of constant latitude, or parallels, run east-west as circles parallel to the equator. So Wikipedia disagrees with Gary as well. Everyone sees that, right? I've now finished.
Yeah, he was gone before you had finished your first sentence.
Ah, so he ran away from the point that he brought up then. So that's 2 flat earthers today that run away when I want to explain something to them.
Is that how many you got?
This dude was literally arguing.
Sounds like you have the problem, dude.
Yeah. What's that, flat earther?
Yeah. I'm not a flat earther. I already told
Yes, you are. Stop denying you're a flat earther. Look, you are the type of flat earther that denies they are a flat earther. That is a specific kind. You are one of those.
Right now.
Shush yourself.
What am I? What the hell?
The flat earther says what? It's very hard to hear you. Speak up.
I really like. Do you know what dignity is or anything, dude?
Yeah, it's what flat earthers don't have.
Dude, you are rotten.
Flat earther says what?
What are you for? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious. You're a flat earther pretending you're not a flat earther. It's fun. It's fun.
You are fucking weirdo, bro.
If you say so, you're the one pretending that you're the one saying the Earth is flat. You can't call me weird when you think the Earth is flat and don't understand what rotation means. That makes you weird, not me.
Rotation? Dude, you told me what I was saying wasn't real.
The fact that you can't understand what rotation means makes you weird.
You just dismissed what I said again, dude.
Well,
nobody wants to talk to you.
Verify your position then, like I asked.
I already did.
Well, what did you mean about the 2 different speeds on Earth then? What was your problem? What was your... Clarify your position about the 2 different speeds on Earth.
Are you like fucking delusional? Seriously, are you? Like,
what was your point about the 2 different positions on Earth?
And you're a complete fucking dick, bro.
So what was your point?
Did you come here to insult, or what is your agenda now?
Do whatever you want to me. Would kick me out, fine. I don't care about this asshole. He's a fucking piece of shit, dude.
If you just come here to insult FTFE, you can piss off.
No, I didn't.
I mean, he can insult me all I want. I'm used to it from flat earthers. It's fine. But I just want him to clarify his point about 2 different speeds on Earth. I don't know what he meant by that.
If you guys let this guy talk to people, he's a fucking piece of shit.
He was talking normally to you.
So whiny. Why are you so whiny?
You're just whining like a little baby. Come on.
That's what I am.
Don't, you angle. Either talk to him or don't. But we're not going to.
I don't mind. Okay, cool.
That's fine.
Well, then go away, you fucking coward.
I'd like to meet you somewhere else, you fucking prick.
Bring it!
Oh,
I dare you!
Yeah, no.
Do you know, right,
you should
right,
stop that
right,
immediately.
your angle.
Yeah,
I just
also,
want to explain to you what happened to the last person that tried to be physical.
Yeah,
with me,
no.
right? The last person that tried to be
We're
physical
not
to me.
talking about
Do you know that? Do
physical
you know that
violence
scene in the first Avengers with Hulk and Loki? Yeah, it was like that. So I dare you to come at me.
There we go.
By the way, All Glory has a question.
Yes, All Glory. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, I had a kind of off-topic question
Yeah,
regarding
sure.
like observation. If we're like at the beach, we're basically at sea level, and we're observing the water, and we were to
At
use
the
the
beach
plumb
at
bob.
sea. Sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
Yeah,
Did
sorry
you
if I
say
went too fast. Yeah.
No.
So we're at the beach.
I think it might have been my connection. You did cut out a bit there. I got at the beach. What did you say after that?
Yeah, so we're at the beach, just a normal 6 foot tall guy above sea level. So we're 6 foot above sea level.
Yeah.
We're using a plumb bob to create a perfectly straight line.
Right.
And then we want to get a level of that pointing to the horizon from the from that 6 foot tall observer.
So you want a line going from the 6 foot
Yeah, I think they
observer
call it
to
a
the
tangent.
horizon. Well, yeah, that would be a tangent. Yeah.
Would that basically be like getting a square, like a carpenter's square, and putting it to the horizon, level line or whatever?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, imagine it as holding a globe in your hand and just kind of putting a ruler on top. It's the same thing. The person's point of view looking to the horizon will form a tangent line that intersects the sphere of the Earth at that one point, which is the horizon.
Okay. That would disprove flat Earth, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The horizon in general disproves flat Earth.
But in that particular case, would that disprove flat Earth?
Yeah, because there'd be no reason to look down if there was a horizon on a flat Earth. But, to look at the horizon on Earth, you have to look down, which forms a tangent. And, that doesn't work if the Earth is flat because there's no horizon to speak of.
Right.
So,
So if
you're
we have
right.
so if we have that plumb bob, and then we create a perfect tangent to it, like a level. What's the official word for it?
Well, I don't think there is an official word for it. A tangent, I think, is the right word to use in this.
Horizontal. Go with horizontal.
Horizontal. We're pointing directly to the horizon.
No.
A horizontal wouldn't necessarily point to the horizon. It would just be
You
90
want
degrees to the vertical.
You want perpendicular from vertical.
How would we do that? Like,
Just what you said. You take your plumb bob and you go perpendicular to it. That is horizontal at that point, and that is the tangent to the Earth at that point, and it looks off into space. Doesn't look at the horizon.
but if it's pointing to the horizon, that
But it doesn't.
horizontal line.
Yeah, but in fact, it does not.
Yeah, it's actually slowly rising up from the surface.
So the surface is going down, departing from that tangent.
Even though you're pointing to it? Like
No,
very
you weren't.
level
You said
were
perpendicular to plumb. You can't do both.
Yeah, so if you are 90 degrees to your plumb, that line isn't going to go to the horizon. From a line to go to directly to the horizon from a plumb, it would be angling down slightly. The angle at the top would be slightly obtuse, and the angle underneath would be slightly acute. It wouldn't
Or as we
be.
call it, the dip angle.
Yeah. Always look down to the horizon.
So I know there are some rare situations, and keyword rare, where that dip angle becomes a positive thing due to like looming up of the atmosphere due to heat or other things.
Yeah, rare, like you said, and atmospheric driven. Okay.
Is there a way to, where's the correction for this? Like, is there official science for the correction for this? Besides reifying to a model, is there a science to correct for that?
Yeah, but it's only as good as the information you have going into it. So if you don't have atmospheric measurements all along the way, then you're going to be dealing with an approximation. So in general, the more common, the not rare, yeah, there is a very typical formulae which would get you pretty close.
All right, that's all. I appreciate that.
Cool, thank you. Sean G in the chat. Me non-stop talking isn't a conversation, cunt. Again, explanations require longer to talk than the questions. It's not my fault, Sean, that you spent so long being a flat earther that the ability to have conversations like a flat earther seems to be ingrained into your head. I'm glad you're not a Flerf anymore, Sean. You know, that's great. But you seem to be thick as fuck about how conversations work.
Well, let's keep the conversations with people that aren't in the conversation to a minimum.
I mean, he's just calling me a dick in the chat, so I just wanted to respond. It's not see you're young, it's calling you out on your pathetic methods. Oh, Sean just doesn't understand how conversations work. Again, if someone asks a question, that question should be answered. The majority of the time, the answer to a question takes way longer than the question itself, especially if it is describing a physical mechanism that requires a longer explanation. That's just how it works, Sean. Sorry.
But there was a good point just a second ago. If you want a horizontal, it's perpendicular to vertical, and you get vertical from a plumb bob or a spirit vial. You do not use the horizon as a point of reference. Almost nobody does except a marine sextant in a marine environment. That is a plan B, because that's all you've got in a marine environment. But if you're on land, where you can have a stable instrument, or you're even using a sextant off a reflecting pool, you go directly to zenith, directly to plumb, because horizontal is dependent on plumb, not the horizon.
And that's why when you use a sextant and look at a horizon, you have to apply dip corrections and stuff, because that's how you get your horizontal, is by applying those corrections to your measurement of the horizon, right?
And dip may be slightly approximate given conditions, but typically in marine navigation, you're not too worried about a half a mile error in open ocean.
Yeah, it's going to generally get you where you want.
It's all you got if you're using a sextant. And okay, it's known. It could be a half a mile, 2 miles off. But if you're like halfway to Hawaii, that's not a big damn deal.
Yeah, I mean, you can be more accurate if you apply these things, but in general, yeah, you know, within half a mile is good enough to get you where you're going, right?
As was stated, the conditions of the atmosphere are not thoroughly known. So you have an uncertainty that is outside your ability to just overcome by technique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I add another question on top of what I said earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to with the same variables we were talking about. You know, we've got the plumb bob, and then we've got, you know, the perfect horizontal line, which Shubil mentioned. There will be a dip angle to it.
No.
How can we okay, so let's say our observer is 6 feet tall, and he's got a perfectly horizontal line from his eye level, which would be around 6 feet tall. Now, this is not hitting the horizon perfectly because there is a dip angle. So there is right? So you guys following me so far? I don't want to keep going for nothing.
Correct. Yeah, no, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Okay. So right now what we're looking at is his feet is touching ground zero, and his eye level, this horizon, is at 6 feet tall or whatever. You know, technically the top of his head 6 feet tall, but let's just say his eye level is 6 feet tall. I'm not trying to get too crazy here. And it's not exactly at his eye level. There is a dip angle most of the time. And in our example we're using right now is one of those times where there is a dip angle. How do we know that factoring in this dip angle, the horizon is not in between the 0, which is ground level, to 6 feet, which is his eyes? How do we know that that dip angle is not in that range, but is actually below that range? You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's been measured, and about 6 3/4 inches per mile squared, which is 8 inches mile squared minus the inch and a quarter for refraction. So yeah, there's some pretty standardized formulae, which again can be approximate to some few percent.
Because what it looks like, at least from the imagery I have, that when the observer continues to ascend, they're in a building or they're going a higher level and a higher level. Yes, this dip angle does continue to dip more and more, but what it seems like is that horizon, that whole horizontal line from his eye level to the horizon that he sees, this appears to continue to rise on up.
No, it gets the angle, that dip angle gets greater.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Then that we're done.
But the thing is using it. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
it's because the Earth is the size that it is why it seems like it you can still see far as you go up, but I mean it's because of the size of the Earth and the grade of the curve is very gradual. So I mean you go up and you continue to see more and more and more and more as you continue to go up.
And in general, the dip angles are always small. You're not going to get like some 8-degree dip angle. It's going to be like a part of a degree to a little more of a degree. I mean, you have to go up, fucking rocket levels to get multiple degrees. In a jet airplane at 40,000 feet, it's like 3 degrees.
Yeah.
My issue and my confusion is I acknowledge the dip angle. I acknowledge how it works. I acknowledge what it's supposed to represent. I acknowledge that no, the horizon does not, quote, always rise to your eye level. It actually almost always rises to below your eye level. But just the thing is you remember the whole from ground zero to the eyes of the observer? It just seems like, which, is probably wrong, but it just seems like if an observer is in a higher altitude, it just seems like that this horizon line, this horizontal horizon line that they're seeing, it just appears to just keep rising and rising.
No,
that's actually the
increasing. It's not increasing fast enough. So yeah, you could go up 1,000 feet and the angle's only a little more.
Yeah, well, that's actually the effect of the dip angle increasing as you go up is that horizon extension.
Yeah, it's just from what he said, it's just that it's not increasing as fast and as much as what he thinks, because going up 1,000 feet sounds like a lot, but that doesn't change your dip angle by like many degrees.
Yeah, no, because the Earth is massive.
So I don't know.
I'm just came to the Caribbean, right? And I've been here a week and a half, right? I mean, I love Craig. I watch his channel.
Hello.
I was up about 35,000 feet, and the horizon is below the wing. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and I'm expecting the same thing. I'm taking 2 planes, a smaller plane, which is an ATR French plane, which I think climbs to maybe 20,000 feet to Barbados. I'm on the island of Dominica. I was looking out at the ocean just now, at the sea, perfectly clear day. I don't know the refraction levels. Dark. Why can't I see South America? Like, I just don't get it. It's just, that's all I have to say. When I go up in the plane, the horizon is below the wing of the plane. And that's all I can say.
Yeah. The mantra is we see too far for sphere, but the counter to that is we don't see nearly fucking far enough for flat.
Oh,
yeah, like, literally, like, I travel a lot. Like, I don't know how much you guys travel, but this is my first time. I just got in this server. I didn't want to interrupt. I see real world observations. I'm flying tomorrow, and it's sharp. I tried to attach a picture. I can't attach a picture. I don't have rights to do it. But I will take a picture tomorrow, and everything is sharp, and it's below the wing. And I'm landing around sunset. So I'm going to Toronto. I'm landing about 9 o'clock, and the sun sets around 7. So I'm going to see it over the U.S., and it's going to be low. And, I will try to take pictures, and if I can, I'll attach it. That's all I got to say.
Okay, cool.
You're dealing with a very mature science. Navigation by sextant and observation of horizon and stars and sun is so honed, so thoroughly investigated.
Oh, Gary Wabenga is saying that I'm a coward because someone had to mute him for
Gary,
a
you
second so that I
you
could
can't
talk.
leave if you're muted, man. I can't unmute you until you come back in the chat. So
I mean,
he's unmuted. Unmuted you. There you go.
I don't understand how he says that I'm a coward when I was just here trying to explain to him the thing that he asked. It makes no sense to me. Gary, do you want to explain that?
Well, it was the way that
asked
you were
them to
trying
mute me,
to.
and they certainly muted me, and then I couldn't speak. So you had the floor all to your little lonesome, Craig, because that's what you do. Cowards just get rid of the competition so they can't talk back to them, and while you can just say whatever the hell you want.
Oh,
That makes you a coward, Craig. You're the one who called everybody to mute me.
Yeah, so that I could get a chance to actually get my explanation out. And
No, because you
talk
put
after.
you put that in an unfair competition, and that's complete bullshit. And you know it, Craig.
No, all it was so
That's
that
a
I could
coward.
actually get a chance
Craig,
to
that's
talk.
a coward. That's what a coward does.
What was cowardly, Gary, was you
Craig,
not
you
allowing
interrupted
me to talk.
constantly too. We both were
What was
interrupting.
cowardly,
That's
Gary,
what
was you
do,
not
and I
allowing
do
me
it
to
right
talk.
back to you. You don't
So now
like
you're
it,
here,
fine,
Gary.
Whatever the mute, and they did.
So Gary,
Which is
now
why
you're
I
here.
left.
Now you're here, Gary. I'll read it to you again. All right? If you want to listen.
No,
great.
you're not going to read anything to me, Craig. Otherwise,
so-
I'm just going to hang up again. Well, I'm going to
so
ask you
if
a
we
big
want to,
question,
so you're
Craig.
going to hang up and we
Hey,
have
I'm
the
on
conversation.
equator. I'm going 90 degrees east. I want to drift over to what would be let's see what the latitude, 1 degree latitude, north latitude from the equator. What compass heading would I take?
If you want to drift to the equator.
No, I want to drift off the equator onto 1 degree north latitude. What
you would
compass
have
bearing
to
would I
have
take?
your compass point north slightly.
No, it wouldn't point north. It
Of
would
course
point
it
north
fucking
of
would.
east. No.
Right, okay. So
North
I'm
of
gonna read this thing from Wikipedia that says you're wrong. In geography,
If
latitude
you
is a
want to merge
coordinate
over, you would
system
have
that
to
specifies the
compass
north-south
bearing at
position on the
89
points on the
degrees
surface of the Earth,
to get over to
or
1 degree
another
north
celestial body.
latitude.
Gary, I'm talking. Give me a sec, bud. So
Yeah, I don't care if you're talking. You know what? This time I'm going to mute you, Craig, just by leaving. I just came in to make my say.
Gary, I'm still trying to explain the thing, the reason that says that you're wrong.
You want to change the subject and go to
Gary,
something
everything
else.
that
I'm
says
not
you're wrong,
everything else
everything
is
disagrees with you.
parallel to 0 degrees
Everything
latitude,
disagrees
which
with you,
means
Gary.
they're parallel to east, which means they're not east.
Gary,
East is the
everything
equator.
disagrees with you.
East is
Even
0 degrees
Wikipedia disagrees
latitude.
with you.
East is 90 degrees compass bearing.
Right,
And that's
Gary,
why
so-
90 degrees compass bearing from any latitude will drift you off that latitude towards the equator.
So Gary,
Have a good
everything
night.
disagrees with you.
Have a good
Everything
night,
disagrees with you, Gary.
Craigie.
So Gary,
Bye.
everything. Why is it that everything disagrees with you? Are you going to run
Gone,
away again,
man.
coward?
Gary's gone. Yeah.
Oh, what a
Gary
coward
needs to
he
get
is.
He needs to get a flight simulator. They're so accurate. I use it all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, Sean complaining about the way that I am with flat earthers, rah, rah, rah. But all I've done is try to have conversations with them, right? I do get aggressive with flat earthers. Of course I do, because their willful ignorance pisses me off. And, sometimes they're so stupid and unable to have conversations that I can get slightly aggressive. But that doesn't change the fact that what I'm saying is right and that I'm being over-talked by the flat earthers. With your angle here, everyone could see that, yeah, I was being aggressive, but all I was trying to do every single time was respond to something that was said to me. That's it. That's all I have done. It may have seemed like I was talking over somebody, but all I was doing was responding to their question. If they then talk when I am trying to respond, of course it seems like I'm over talking them. It's very, very simple. Your angle was doing it. Gary was doing it. Both the flat earthers in this chat today did nothing but over talk me whilst I was trying to talk. That explains why I treat flat earthers the way I do. And if Sean G wants to cry because I am unwilling to accept the shit from flat earthers, then maybe he shouldn't be in this server. That's all I'm saying. But it's been fun tonight, destroying the flat earthers. But I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. Demonstrate, I want to say thank you for once again allowing me to come in and have fun in the server. I will be back next week, whether Sean G likes it or not.
You call that fun, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun. But do me a favor, Demonstrate. I don't want to be muted during my show, so please do not allow any of the mods to mute me whilst I am trying to have this conversation here. I think what Sean G did there was extremely disrespectful to the server and to my channel. So I'm personally asking you to not let that happen again when I'm here.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, Craig, big fan. Glad to meet you.
Yep.
Glad to meet you too. Appreciate the support.
Thank you for being here, Thank you for being here, FTFE. You are my second favorite YouTuber.
Second favorite? What shit's this?
I found you. From
Demon
Professor
Strike is first favorite.
Oh, fair enough. If Professor Dave is your first, that's okay. He's a smart guy.
Seconds.
Yeah, I don't mind being second to Professor Dave. I can deal with that. He's got 2 million subs. I'm okay with that. But seriously, thank you, Demonstrate, for allowing me to come here and have fun. I will continue to boost this server, and I will try and help this server grow by suggesting people come here and have conversations here, be it flat earthers or not flat earthers or any. It's not just flat earth discussions they do in this server. They will literally argue about anything. Isn't that right, Demon?
Yeah. We got this guy who brings up the topics all day long. So if you're ever bored, just stop by. There's always a conversation going day or night. We have Aussies that take over for the night shift, and then the UK members as well. So people from all over the world, a fun place to argue about shit.
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to join the MMM server, the link to the server is in the description of this video. Thank you guys for being here in the Discord server. I very much appreciate it. I love you all, not you, Gary. See you later.
And
wow. Fun, huh? I want to invite just Glober Mum on a sec. Because Glober Mum, I like Glober Mum as my moral compass. And if I've done wrong, then I like someone like Glober Mum to tell me that I've done wrong. So I'm going to ask Glober Mum to come in and tell me about how that stream went. And tell me off if I was wrong. So Glober Mum, I've sent you a link to come and join the stream because I'd just like to have a little chat with you. In the chat, guys, tell me yourself. Was I out of line? Was I, horrible, over talking, interrupting? Was I the one doing that, or were they? In fact, you know what? I'm going to do a poll because this poll's made me mad because you guys were wrong. So let's have a poll. Was I the one over talking? Oh, I need to type it. Was I the one over talking or not? Just a simple yes or no, guys. Please let me know. Get Glober Mum in here. Ah, it's me. Hello.
Hello.
How the devil are you?
I am good.
Now, I was a bit hyped up today because I've had a pretty good day. Busted a couple of PRs at the gym. Just been in a bit of a good mood. So I was full of energy. But please tell me and be completely brutal and honest. Was I the one over talking and interrupting?
No, and I did come in late, but I know enough of Gary to know that all he does is interrupt and think he's right.
Did you see any of the stuff with your angle? Did you see any of the stuff with that your angle guy?
No.
Right. Okay. Because I do want some feedback on that as well. Because I know that I can get aggressive and be overzealous, I think is the right word to use in this context. And I have been trying to better myself in that context. And I hope that's come across in my recent streams. Has it?
It has. It has. It's still a learning process, I think, but you're doing good.
But the thing is, like I said in the stream, on the Discord, if I'm asked a question, then I have to be able to respond to that question, right? I mean, isn't that just how a conversation works? And if I'm trying to respond to that question and they're keeping on talking, then, what am I supposed to do?
The problem with flat earthers is they want short, concise answers. And generally what we're asking you is not conducive to a short, concise answer.
The universe is under no obligation to be simple and make sense to anybody. Sometimes explanations of physical phenomenon require a detailed, long-winded explanation. And it's not my fault that that's the case.
It's just, you could tell they zone out after all. It's like, I don't want to hear this anymore. Just, yeah.
Yeah, like with Gary, when I brought up the Wikipedia article saying that he's wrong, I was like, I want to change the subject.
He's hell-bent on thinking the sun only rises east on the equinoxes on the equator, which it rises east everywhere.
Yeah.
On the equinoxes.
I genuinely don't think he understands what east and west actually means and how it's dictated by Earth's magnetic field.
Yeah, I was looking that up when I was in Discord to learn myself, and I'm just like, seriously, dude.
Yeah. So Uno It's Andy in the chat says that I do correct them before they've sometimes finished. Also, some need a little gentle handling and not just told they are stupid. That's fair feedback. Yeah.
I do find that when each side's talking, like when you talk, they'll say something and you want to step in right away and say something instead of letting them finish. It's hard. It's a hard thing. I do the same thing.
So Quickie also says that you did not let the Flerfs finish properly. You start talking when you think he's made the point, but that may not be the point. What the Flerf thinks is the point. Yeah, but it's when they ask me a question that I want to respond. And yeah, I know that I've been doing this for 5 years and I know all the things the flat earthers are going to say. I know all the answers. So, I want to be like, just stop and fucking listen to the same person in the room, please,
but I know you anticipate and want to, but I think it's got to step back and just let them finish. Let them give enough, rope to hang themselves, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh, Desert File's in the chat. Can we get a big whoop whoop for Desert File?
Oh, legend Desert File.
Yeah.
Gravity.
In your honor, Desert File.
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Yeah. That's never going to stop being amazing.
It's never going to get old.
I do appreciate when people like you, especially Global Mum, pull me up, right? Because I know that I can be overzealous and, and stuff. And, I really have been making a concerted effort to let the flat earthers speak more. But when a flat earther talks, the problem is that they will do 1,000,001 points, right? They will bring up a point, ask a question or, imply that there's a question, and then start talking about something else whilst that original thing hasn't been addressed, which makes conversation with them very fucking hard.
Yeah, they change topics quite frequently.
I just wanted to get you in and get your honest opinion on how I was with that, and I really do appreciate you quite often acting as my moral compass.
And to be fair, I was getting on Sean because he was upset there weren't that many flat earthers in there, and he was blaming you for that. And I'm like, FTFE is allowed to be here. They're allowed to be here. No one person can dictate who goes in that server or who stays away. That's not fair.
And flat earthers, there's mostly globers there rather than flat earthers. There wasn't flat earthers there before I joined that left. And if the flat earthers don't want to be there because I'm there, the reason for that is they've seen me destroy so many of their colleagues in debates and turn them into quivering wrecks on the floor that are crying for their mummy. I mean, I get it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Grandma, thank you for popping on. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for all the massive support that you've given this
I will
channel.
always be your moral compass when you need it, okay?
Please do. I appreciate it.
Sometimes I need a moral compass too, but for the most
Well, I can't help with that, sorry.
No, you can't.
I'll speak to you later.
All right, see you later,
Bye.
FTFE. Bye.
If you're not subscribed to Glober Mum, then please do, because she's amazing with what she does. So let's look at we've got 84% say no, 16% say yes. Alexis Fox says maybe when they start saying you're interrupting them, you could try asking them to tell you when they are ready for you to answer their question. It probably won't work, but it'll show you effort. Yeah, I've tried that. It doesn't work either. Abdef says we love Toon for his patience, we love FTFE for his lack of patience. Willful ignorance is hard to deal with, guys, honestly. Again, a massive amount of support of the super chats and stuff today. And members, always blows my mind. Means the absolute world to me. Tomorrow, about 7 o'clock, I'm going to do a bit of a different stream. My daughter, Violet, my 10-year-old daughter, is going to join me for the stream. And we're going to go over the video of the young girl who did a Flat Earth presentation. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Let me just get it up so you can see what I'm doing. Right. Bear with me 1 second. I'll get up the video so you guys know which one I'm talking about. Flerfs are idiots. There it is. So there's been this video going around on TikTok and YouTube. A couple of guys have covered it, like the Triggered Limey. It's this video of this young girl.
8 years old, and I'm going to be teaching you.
Who is doing a science presentation on the flat Earth. Now, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, what you are seeing here on screen right now is child abuse. Straight up child abuse. Right? The parent that is allowing this to happen is a bad parent. A very bad parent that should have their child taken away from them. They are letting this girl push lies. They are feeding her lies. They are turning her into an idiot. It is straight up fucking child abuse, right? So I'm going to have my daughter on tomorrow with me, and we're going to go through that video. It's just like 3 minutes long, right? But my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, is going to explain to you why everything said in this video is a disgusting lie that's been fed to a extremely unfortunate 8-year-old girl. All right, my heart absolutely breaks for this girl on the screen. Absolutely breaks for her. Like, she is going to grow up being an idiot because her parents have allowed her to have this happen. It genuinely, the words, I can't get the words out because it makes me so fucking mad. If anyone can't see that is child abuse, then there's something wrong. So we're going to go through that video and explain why it's all absolute fucking bullshit. Plus you get to spend some time with my amazing little 10-year-old daughter, Violet. Desert File, absolutely. Speechless with rage. 100%. Like look at the poor girl. This is ruining her life. So yeah, we're going to be covering that tomorrow, and there's going to be an episode of Flerfs Idiots also covering that. I won't be my normal horrible self because she's a young girl and it's not her fault. But we're going to have a young girl debunk that young girl, and actually, makes me mad. Makes me mad. Makes me mad. Adam L says hide the face. I understand, but it's a bit pointless because that video has been seen everywhere already. It doesn't matter if I hide the face because you can easily just find the video and see the face anyway. So, you know, I get the point that it's a little girl and, you know, but this is a video that's already been everywhere. Everyone's already seen the face. So me blurring out really, it's a bit pointless. If I'm wrong, if you guys honestly think I'm wrong and I should blur out that little girl's face, then I will. But I personally don't see a reason to. Please tell me if I'm wrong, please. Oh, did T-Jump destroy Witsit? Oh, that's always good. I always enjoy a T-Jump destroying... In fact, I just enjoy Witsit being destroyed in general. But anyway. Yeah, so we've had a bunch of new members. 101. Because Siggy Sigweld gifted me 100 memberships today. Siggy, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. The majority of my members are because of you. And Catliana Baron and Jiffy Jiffwold and a few others that, you know, are super gifters. But you, Ziggy, we all know that you are the super gifter. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world. The Spirit, member for 36 months, says that I am now their second longest relationship. I love it. Eric Burns, $2. Pineapple on pizza is a cardinal sin. I 100% agree. Absolutely. Warboss, $5 Canadian says, Hulk gets stronger when he gets madder, and the madder he gets, the harder he smashes. Superman no match for the green skin. Wah! Hulk! Wah! Well, I think Superman could beat the Hulk just by throwing him into space, frankly. The Spirit, $5. Anyone who believes pineapple belongs on pizza are also more likely to believe the earth is flat. Siggy Sigweld, 100 ARS is, as I said, pineapple and fried spam. Authentic Hawaiian pizza for the win. I love you, Siggy, but no. MK Ultra gave me 6. I'm not sure what that is, that currency, but thank you. Says, I'm not a glober. I'm just a flat earth skeptic. And then Siggy gives 50 memberships and then says for 100 ARSs, another 50 say this is going to turn into a dumpster fire. Yeah, it was a dumpster fire. Anthony Slyman for $10 says, I got a white shirt and pants for Halloween. I'm dressing as a piece of paper with every smart thing flat earthers have ever said. There'll be nothing on there, will there? The Spirit, $2. Public school has failed this kid. It makes me mad. The Spirit for $10 says, I got the marshmallow. Who's got the crackers and chocolate? Yeah. Halloween's coming up, guys. That should be fun. In fact, it's Halloween tomorrow. So it'd be after my daughter's done her trick-or-treating that we do the stream. The Spirit for $5 says, I called him a kid before as a joke, but now I'm sure he's actually 16. Who? Gary? Or I'm not sure. The Spirit for $5 says, I'm totally down for microfusion shells. This will lead to a future I can recognize. I'm just going to start saving bottle caps now. Good show. Wayne Kerr, member for 23 months, says, keep doing what you're doing, you beautiful bastard. I always fucking will. Stringley's one for $2 says, never speak of the West Pole. You go to the West Pole, you're going to head to the equator, according to Gary. Bill Tetley has been a member for 4 months. Says, Craig on the ocean. Craig at Flat Earth. The beast of Flat Earth. Craig, his face black, his eyes red. Chakra, when the walls fell. Craig on the ocean. Words to live by. Chakra, when the walls fell. The Spirit for $5 says, there are 9 billion people on this planet with an IQ higher than 1. Then there's Gary. Oh no, it's Andy, who's been a member for 7 months, says, Gary is trolling for attention, he don't care. String News 1 for $2 says, Gary, photos of East Pole or it never happened. Bill Tetley says, for $5, hey, fight the flat shirt, you sexy beast. Desert File in the chat. Please do a live stream of him in the future. Desert File, do you fancy coming and having a chat with me because you're one of my heroes? Bill Tetley for $2 says, I meant live, not love. I know what you meant. Thank you, buddy. Randomly Epic for $5 says, they mean 90 degrees to true north, not 90 degrees on a compass, yeah. Gary doesn't know what east-west mean. It's as simple as that, guys. Perf, member for 20 months, says, what a pile of bricks. The B should have been a P there. Donald Trump's 116 indictments, who's been a member for 42 months, says, any evidence of flat earth here today? No, of course not. Eddie Reese, member for 25 months, says, congrats on your progress, looking good. I mean, it is actually, like, the progress is, like, guys, look at me, all right, look, abs are coming back, look at that. The work is fucking paying off. I'm sorry, I'm just proud of myself right now. Zachary Burns, member for 14 months, says, that's so cute, Gary considers himself competition to FTFE. Stanley Tool says, where's my wife? In bed right now, probably. Free Run for $2 says, another night of mind-numbing dirt from Flerfs. Yes. Bill Tetley, $5, says, Gary Bot never ceases to amaze with his unending stupidity. By the way, NASA authorization, Command 1, Romeo 3, Sierra 3, Tango 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. What was that? Fucking hell. Oofed. That was weird. Oh no, where are we? MB for £5 says, the Derpy was unnecessarily deep tonight. Thank you for putting yourself in harm's way for our entertainment. I take the bullets for you. Jiffy Jiffworld for $2. Apologise to Globe Mum for calling her names. Yeah, Globe Mum, I didn't mean to call you an idiot. That was supposed to go to somebody else. I apologise. Pat in the chat member for 21 months says, not that you care, but your Wangle said he won't talk to you again as you're not worth his time. Lol, he's a baby. Oh, I'm so upset. Alexander L199 says, FTFE, you got to watch Witsit's destruction on modern day debate. I think I will. And Bill Tetley, $2 says, before you call it a night, dad dance. Dad dance for you all. Teppo says that's going to be a challenging wank. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. Desert File, Bud, I would absolutely love to just have a chat with you on a live stream. What do you reckon? Hit me up in my email, fighttheflatearth@gmail.com, and we'll get the legend on to come and have a chat with me, right? But for now, I want to thank you all. I love all of you. Not you, Gary. But the important questions that we need to ask ourselves are, can we pretend that airplanes are like, you know, meteors in the night sky? And it's just stuff like that, generally. $2 from Jiffy says, good boy, take this and that.
Can we pretend that
Bill Tetley for $2 says, play the song, your wish is my command.
Should be wishing for a brain right
and then Jiffy gifted another membership, thank you.
Good morning, these words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first, full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon onto the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hassle of burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mates 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realize you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're off foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow for a live stream with my little baby girl, Violet. In the meantime, remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat, 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 fight the flat. Good night all.